football's best seniors are here for the 75th edition of the Reese's Senior Bowl. It truly is one of football's greatest events. We are at Hancock Whitney Stadium, the campus of South Alabama. Anybody up for some ribs, some tailgating? I am. I'm getting hungry. Some football. One final showcase for college football's best seniors and even some juniors this year as well. It is the 75th edition and what we hope is the best of the Reese's Senior Bowl. We are very much on the path to the draft. As we stand here today, we are 82 days away from night number 1 in Detroit. And with that, we welcome you in to the Reese's Senior Bowl, along with my friends Charles Davis, Daniel Jeremiah, Tom Pelissero as well. He's down on the field. My name is Andrew Siciliano. It is a week-long job interview, guys, for college football's best players as they try to make it to the NFL. But, DJ, today's a huge step. Today's the actual game.
No question. It's been a week of evaluation, not only on the practice field, but in the meetings with teams in the evening. This is what I love about this event so much because we're going to have time. We'll get to the combine. We'll get to pro days. Those are workouts. Those are shorts and T-shirts. CD, we've got real football, and it's the final exam.
I'm glad you brought that up because now it is the apples-to-apples comparison because what these scouts have seen on tape from these young men throughout their career, they get to see it on the field again today. Everything else we'll see from here on out, that'd be apples to oranges, and you have to do a little bit more projecting. Here, you actually see it.
As always, we begin with the quarterbacks, the shiny object. And in this game, we have a local legend coming home and getting DJ yet another start.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Bo Nix compete on this field. Grew up, went to Auburn. Dad was a legacy at Auburn. It didn't go the way he wanted it to there. He gets another opportunity. He goes to Oregon, and that's where his career took off. Show you what I love about him. Let's start first and foremost with the ball placement and the accuracy, able to drop this ball right in the bucket, right over the shoulder. He's started 61 games. He has a master's degree at the position, shows his ability to move safeties with his eyes and shoulders, work back in the seam, create that space. Talked about the ball placement, not just static in the pocket when he's on the move. His accuracy does not suffer. And then as an athlete, when he was at Auburn, we saw him do quite a bit of this. Not quite as much at Oregon, but very athletic, very sturdy, 225-pound guy who I believe will not only be a starter next year in the NFL, I believe he'll be a first-round pick.
Yeah, he should be a first-round pick. Sorry about that, Andrew, because everything you're seeing down in this part of the country, that's Drew Brees-esque. With that completion percentage, how about a guy who will be chasing him come the next level? And that's Darius Robinson, the defensive end from the University of Missouri. What a season he had last year, 8.5 sacks, 14 tackles for a loss. But his ability to play in different spots, his versatility is what people are really going to like about him. Look him out there, the wide 9, coming off the edge and rushing the passer. And then he'll go inside and get reduced. But the best thing I liked about him was watching him grow in stature this entire week. He became the guy who was first in drills. He became the guy who would take on the best pass protectors out there and defeat them. By the way, voted most outstanding player, best overall practice player this week for the Senior Bowl. Quite an honor.
You knew that he looked the part coming off the bus. Darius Robinson proved that he can play the part as well this week. We're excited. Hope you are as well. We have one more college football game. It is the 75th edition of the Reese's Senior Bowl, and it's next from Mobile, Alabama. Excited for this one. What a great week of practice we had here under sunny skies in Mobile, Alabama. That guy just sticking the landing all week for us down on the field today. Here's the fourth member of our crew, Tom Pelissero.
Andrew, Bo Nix won a couple Alabama State titles at Pinson Valley High before going on to Auburn and the University of Oregon. Nix is back today. He gets the start for the national team, followed by Notre Dame's Sam Hartman. Meanwhile, for the American team, I'm told they'll rotate 4 quarterbacks, starting with South Carolina's Spencer Rattler. Rattler's coach Terrell Williams addressed his players just a short time ago.
Hey, listen to me. When we first got here, the very first meeting, the only thing I asked you guys to do was compete, right? That was the first thing, and that's the last thing you're going to hear. Make sure we take our asses out here and we compete. One of you defenders, you asked me if the quarterback was live. Hell yes, they are live. All right, so if you're on our side, you got to block for them. But if you're a defender, go get that damn football out. You guys with me? That's what we're here to do. We're here to compete. We're here to fight, and we're here to play together. All right?
It is the second year of the coaching up format where NFL assistant coaches get to take on bigger roles. Jets defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich, the head coach today for the national team. Hell yeah, Andrew. Let's play some football.
All right. Thank you, Tom. Yeah, the quarterback, guys, is live. I felt it building throughout the week during these practices. They want to hit somebody.
I don't think the quarterbacks quite share the enthusiasm for that feed of news.
I had a great time working with Terrell Williams and that man right there, the Jets defensive coordinator, Jeff Ulbrich, throughout the week. We are ready for the 75th edition. What a great week this was with all the 75th anniversary team guys in town as well of the Reese's Senior Bowl as Joshua Carty from Stanford kicks it off and through the back of the end zone. Amani Bailey was back to return from TCU, and that will be a touchback. And we're going to open it up with the American team guys coming out on offense. Our quarterback rotation, Spencer Rattler is up first, followed by Tennessee's Joe Milton, Michael Pratt from Tulane, and Carter Bradley, the son of former NFL head coach, man who coached in this game 3 times, Gus Bradley, and who played here at South Alabama, is going to get good run as well. Opening here from the 25 with Amani Bailey getting the first carry. A little guy, maybe 5'7" from TCU, has some good wiggle and has a nice run to open up this game. A gain of 8. The tackle by Oregon's Evan Williams. Looking at the impact players on offense, it's not only about the quarterbacks, guys. Ladd McConkey, Cody Schrager impressed as well this week.
Yeah, Ladd McConkey can play inside, can play outside, also is valuable in the return game, but I don't know if he's really been covered much this week, CB.
No, he doesn't allow himself to be covered. Understands where to go with each and every route and also understands how to set up a defender for failure.
Rattler out of the shotgun here, the former Oklahoma quarterback, finished at South Carolina. Bailey's got the first 2 touches of the game, and Bailey has a first out across the 46. Braden Fisk, who was traded, we'll tell you about that coming up in a little bit, made the tackle. Impact players on defense, J.D. Bertrand, quite literally an Eagle Scout, and Marshawn Nealon.
Yeah, J.D. Bertrand in the middle of the defense is the middle linebacker, play caller. He's the guy who's going to range sideline to sideline, make a lot of tackles. And Marshawn Nealon, get to know him out of Western Michigan, an excellent pass rusher off the edge. I saw a lot of power earlier in the week, and by the time the week was over, he had a few more tricks to his bag.
Marshawn Nealon made his way to DJ's top 50 at 49. 3 straight touches and impressive ones at that. For Amani Bailey from TCU, 5'7", 208, played in the Hula Bowl a couple of weeks ago as well.
Nice run by him. Austin Booker from Kansas got caught a little bit up the field. These edge rushers, Charles, they've been in one-on-ones all week long. They want to get after the quarterback. You can have some success running the ball early in these all-star games.
And unlike during the practice periods when you knew what was going on each period, today, they can actually run the football at you and make you honest. You're going to have to stay at home. And so far in the early going, I think this offensive line for the American team is doing a nice job.
Already across midfield. That was a gain of 7, setting up a second and 3. Just beat Amani Bailey, everybody. And he's got a hole across the 40. Amani Bailey picks up yet another first down. Willie Drew from Virginia State makes the tackle.
How about Brandon Coleman, big 77 from TCU, Charles? The job he does there. Watch him just seal this off against Fisk. Is able to just push him and blow him right out of the hole. Nice job by the TCU offensive lineman at 6'4", 316 pounds, 34.25-inch arms, a big man.
And DJ, that's his 3rd trap block so far in the early going, and each one of them, he's won his competition.
Bailey already has 36 yards. They finally stopped it on his 5th touch of this game. Amani Bailey is brought down by J.D. Bertrand for a loss of 1.
J.D. Bertrand is very instinctive, and his eyes and feet are connected. Where he sees it, he goes. There's no pause button, CD. That time, get to the line of scrimmage, collect and tackle for loss.
Bailey gets a break, heads to the sideline. Cody Schrader checks in, the Missouri running back, as we see the man who has led Notre Dame in tackling in each of the last 3 seasons.
Then we're going to see the first time get Spencer Rattler the chance to fling it here.
Let's see.
Thrash up at the top is the guy who can really get on top of coverage.
From Louisville on 2nd and 11. Here's the rush, set up the screen. Schrader from Missouri works to the outside 40, 35, lowers his shoulder across the 30, and he's close to another first down. Cody Schrader brings the power.
Yeah, take a look here on the screen because DJ is not just catching the ball and getting upfield. Cam Hart is running. For running backs, is doing what? Finishing. Ran right through Cam Hart, the corner from Notre Dame, to create the additional yardage. Look at the PFF stats for him. 79 first downs or touchdowns in 2023, third among draft-eligible running backs. His story may be off the charts, but let's not just make him a story. He's the real deal.
He's had a great week. So Cody Schrader began at Truman State. A couple of years ago, 2,000 yards at Truman State. Rattler taking a shot down the sideline. Once Thrash goes up, brings it down. That's a touchdown. No, it's Rosemy Jacksaint. I beg your pardon. Marcus Rosemy Jacksaint into the end zone.
He was able to win right off the line of scrimmage. He's up there in press. You got press coverage, got to win right now on a go ball. That's exactly what he does.
Georgia. Watch where the corner's eyes are. They're back towards the quarterback.
He's got a feeling.
And Spencer Rattler understands that. He saw that if his eyes are looking at me, my receiver can fade off of him, and he threw it in the perfect spot away from the DB and let Rosemary Jackson make the catch.
That was Willie Drew, just lost feel and lost phase there with his head turned around, and that's where the separation comes. And what a decision, what a ball by Spencer Rattler.
Rosemy Jacksaint lined up wide left with Jamari Thrash, two red helmets right next to him. On now for the extra point is Will Reichard, the leading scorer in the history of Division I college football. Reichard from Alabama out of the McNamara hold, and the Moat long snap is up and good. And Jeff Ulbrich clapping his hands. 7-0. Rattler to Rosemy Jacksaint. We got a touchdown of the opening drive.
The 2024 Senior Bowl is presented by Reese's. Analysts agree Reese's Peanut Butter Cups are the consensus #1 pick.
The first touchdown of the 75th Reese's Senior Bowl is by that man, Georgia wide receiver Marcus Rosemy Jacksaint. It would be his 8th career touchdown. Daniel Jeremiah, what do we see?
Well, let's go next level, brought to you by Zebra, and you can see the GPS numbers, the data that we're able to collect here in real time. Pretty sweet. Off the line of scrimmage, it's how fast he gets up to that speed. It's not the top speed, but it's that acceleration to win right off the line. That's where that touchdown was made, CD. It was in the release.
We get a touchdown of the opening drive for the American team for Marcus Rosemy Jacksaint, one of two Georgia wide receivers here, the other being Ladd McConkey, as the national team opens up here with Bo Nix at quarterback from Pittston, Alabama, about 4 hours up the road. Flea flicker and a deep ball. Tez Walker can't bring it in on the 25. How about that to open up the game? A flea flicker.
Taking a shot, a little creativity. You see Bo Nix got it way out there. Just couldn't bring that other hand up, that right hand, which might have been held a little bit by DJ James. But
there was actually 2 holds on the play.
It's not a bad throw.
As one receiver crossed in front, a defensive back grabbed him going through, and the hold that you talked about.
Only 2 quarterbacks here today on the national team, as Michael Penix Jr. is not going to play today after a good week of practice. We're going to have Bo Nix, and then Notre Dame Sam Hartman will be the next man up. Second down now, and bam, nowhere to run here at all, as Marcus Harris from Auburn was in the backfield, dropping Kamani Vidal. Let's look at some impact players on the offensive side of things. Tez Walker, whose average depth of target 18.6 at North Carolina. You saw that on the flea flicker. And Theo Johnson, the tall tight end from Penn State.
Yeah, you've got speed and size. You've got the speed of Walker, who is the fastest receiver here this week, and then you've got Theo Johnson, who at 6'6", over 260 pounds, is like a moving billboard down the hash.
And he's really impressed with his ability to catch the football this week, hasn't he, DJ?
He's done a nice job.
3rd and 14 here for Bo Nix. Out of the gun, throws. There's Theo Johnson, and bam! There is a pop by Bookie Watson, Nathaniel Watson from Mississippi State.
What you're trying to do is run away from these defenders, and the ball's thrown a little bit behind them, and brought Nathaniel Bookie Watson right back into it. Remember, Bookie Watson was the SEC Defensive Player of the Year and led the SEC in tackles and tied for the lead in sacks. So where the ball is, usually found him. And here are impact players on defense for the American team. Chris Braswell for Alabama. Dallas Turner gets a lot of attention, and rightly so. Braswell was really good as the bookend on the opposite side as an edge rusher, and you just saw the talents of Nathaniel Watson.
Bookie booked somebody right there, and it brings out a man who had the best punting season of the history of organized college football, Torrey Taylor from Iowa, who punted for 4,479 yards this year for the Hawkeyes. Yes, he did. He's going to drop it on the 22.
The special teams coach at Iowa, punt team, get ready every time they had the ball.
7-0 early. So we have different rules for this game, the 75th edition of the Reese's Senior Bowl. 21, 12, or 11 personnel. You got to line up in one of those three. That's on the offensive side. On the defensive side, you can do cover 1, you can do cover 3, you could do cover 2, obviously here as well. But the big rule, guys, is, and I swear they're going to try to keep these guys to these rules, you can't blitz, you can't stunt. You can't believe it either.
Well, some things just happen naturally.
Well, look, I've got 4 kids, and as each of them said when they were toddlers, accidents happen.
Yes. Hey, now. Okay.
Might wander into a coverage you might not recognize, too.
Got lost.
I mean, sometimes the post safety doesn't exactly drop back. You know, he might stay right there in the middle short zone.
Terrell Williams watching the second drive for his team, which was pretty good. March right down the field. Got a Spencer Rattler touchdown to Marcus Rosemead. Jack Sandenheer gets a carry for Cody Schrader. Hello, Braden Fisk. Let's tell you about the Florida State defensive tackle. He was all week, guys, on the American team. He woke up this morning, got a call from Jim Nagy, who runs the Senior Bowl, said, I got to talk to you. He thought he might be in trouble. He said, would you consider going to the other team?
Yeah, the first trade in Senior Bowl history. They desperately needed him, and here he is playing with new guys and terminology he hasn't been around all week, and he's had a chase tackle down the field, and there he shows you the lateral ability as well to collect the tackle for loss.
Watch him when he rushes the pass or if the play goes away. See how quickly he gets downfield chasing the football.
Here's with the flag, Jaheim Bell, the Florida State H-back, with a good gain for a first down, but that's going to come back. I'm guessing Patrick Paul there at left tackle. Flags on the far side, 25-yard line. Our referee today is Scott Walker from the SEC.
Ineligible player downfield. Offense, number 76. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Got the number right. They called legal man downfield, not a hold.
He did both. He was both.
Game clock operator, please place 7 minutes and 41 seconds on the game clock.
So we'll put 9 seconds back on the game clock.
They say the more you can do.
Yeah, 2 for 1. By the way, Rattler, that first drive was excellent. I do want to mention on him, and reaching out to Shane Beamer, his coach at South Carolina, mentioned to me how much of an impact Jalen Hurts had on him during his time at Oklahoma, and how he arrived at South Carolina humble and hungry and really worked, was a 2-time captain there, great teammate, had a ton of injuries on the offensive line this year.
7 minutes and 41 seconds on the game clock.
They had 6 injuries on their offensive line. Said the kid never complained. All he did was try and encourage and help all the new pieces they had in place there. So,
thank you.
You know, he did a Netflix show when he was 17 years old and maybe didn't come off the way he wanted to.
Was not the best thing for him, but he was 17.
He was 17 years old. And everything I've got out of South Carolina, including his head coach, has given him a stamp of approval.
And talking to him this week, Tom Pelissero did, as Schrader gets the check down, makes a guy miss. Look at Cody Schrader keep on making plays. Eventually, Cam Hart makes the tackle, but that gets back the penalty yardage and then some to the 29. Rattler said the one thing he would tell his 17-year-old self is stay humble.
And Cody Schrader tells you, you better come to balance and be ready to move laterally when he has the football. That was Shaw Smith-Wade, a good tackler from Washington State. Out in the open field, Schrader left him behind. It's the second big move he's made in the open field in this ball game, and he finishes every run with his pads down and moving forward.
And after that penalty on first down, it sets up here 3rd and manageable. And a little pitch right. Oh, Cam Hart comes up and makes the tackle. Look at that.
No corner blitzes, by the way. I just got a little lost on that one. And
when he saw the pitch, and he just reacted quickly. But how about that? Because remember, he ran over Cam Smith earlier. That's going to be Cam Hart.
Yeah.
On the first series, that was payback right there.
Yes, sir. Cam Hart came calling, one of the bigger corners here, 6'2" and 7/8, almost 6'3", 204. He was not going to miss that tackle. He read run the entire way.
Early. He read it, and he triggered and went.
Absolutely, and he brought down Cody Schrader in the backfield. Austin McNamara is the punter now on from Texas Tech, a career long of 87. 45.9 is his average.
I think our referee and the clock operator have to get on the same page. There's a lot of communication
disjointed
with how much time, and he's having to make this announcement every time.
Rules when it comes to fair catches if you're returning in an all-star game.
There is no fair catch. You treat it like Canada.
And he's got one he can return here.
Luke McCaffrey from Rice, field to the 25. McCaffrey upfield, 35, 40. McCaffrey tackled just shy of the 45-yard line. So good field position here for the national team to open things up. I mentioned it's the 75th anniversary. We had a banquet last night. So many great legends here. Thurman Thomas is here. Torrey Holt is here. And Tom Pelissero is here with another familiar legend. Get your popcorn ready.
Well, thank you very much, Andrew. I'm with the Hall of Famer, Terrell Owens. 28 years ago, kid from UT Chattanooga, comes down to the Senior Bowl. What do you remember most about that week?
Just a week of practices and just seeing a lot of the guys that we watch on TV, especially playing at Power 5 schools, and then just kind of measure yourself and compare yourself against them. And for me, I saw that I'm like, they're no better than I was. And so that gave me a lot of confidence. But then when I left here that week, I think I put myself in the best position, putting myself on the radar. A lot of the GMs and scouts that were here to watch practice. Obviously, the game is being played. You want to play in that, but what I learned is that the practice part of it, just representing yourself in the best way possible, was the most important thing for me.
I saw you out here at practice this week, too. For some of those small school guys, like we got a running back from New Hampshire out here, okay? What would be your advice to those guys as they go through this entire pre-draft process?
Man, it's just come out here and take full advantage of their opportunity. I'm sure a lot of kids across the country would love to be where they are right now, but just enjoy the moment, have fun out here, obviously today, but go out here and put your best foot forward and take full advantage of the opportunity. I think it's always cliche to say, but honestly, you have to relish this moment and take advantage of every moment. The coaches, the teaching, everything that you involve yourself with surrounding this weekend, take advantage of it.
You're part of the 75th anniversary team of the Reese's Senior Bowl. Tell me about the banquet.
Man, it was awesome last night. Obviously, I didn't really understand the magnitude of it. Similar to my feelings about the Hall of Fame, I never really imagined that I would be a Hall of Famer. Never really imagined that I would be part of this team. So just to see the guys that I'm in company with, it means the world a lot to me. And then I have my son here. He just finished up at Missouri State. Hopefully we can get him in the NFL one day. But just for him to hear, who I was as an athlete from some of my peers, it was awesome just to be around.
Just saw you talking to George Stewart, one of your old receivers coaches from your 49ers days. You spent 8 years in San Francisco. What do you think about the Super Bowl matchup?
It's going to be, like I said, you can't pick a clear-cut winner just right. I mean, if you look at how the 49ers have played, the last 4 or 5 games, they haven't really played like they look on paper. Again, you think about the Packers game, they could have lost that one. Obviously, when we talk about sometimes you got to be luckier than you are good, or when the ball bounces the right way sometimes. That's what happened in that game, the last game that they played in the NFC Championship. And you look at Patrick Mahomes, again, if their receivers play like they've been playing, then they got a good chance. But if they've been playing like they did throughout the course of the season, it could be definitely a day for the San Francisco 49ers to bring in that sixth championship.
Have fun out here, Terrell. Thanks.
All right, thank you.
Guys?
All right, thank you, Tom. Thank you, T.O. As behind Davis and Vidal here, we got the national team moving down the field. Bo Nix across the middle, caught, race for the pylon. Javon Baker tackled on the 1 by Kentucky linebacker Trevin Wallace.
DJ, what are you seeing in this drive? I'm seeing an offensive line taking control of the line of scrimmage, and Bo Nix operating with confidence.
Yeah, Bo Nix doing a nice job. They got the run game going. The tight end's been blocking, too. Brevin Spanford's had some nice blocks. That one working underneath, and then you're going to let your wide receiver and Javon Baker just try and make something happen, make a play with the ball in his hands.
How about the play he made throwing it out there to Theo Johnson, just in the backfield?
Little boot.
So, someone flashed early, just took that extra step, got outside, and put it on his tight end.
Got Barner and Johnson, 2 tight ends to the left of the formation, trying to get to the end zone. Brought down. Not going to get there. Jalen Simpson with the tackle on Kamani Vidal. Kamani Vidal and Isaiah Davis from Troy and South Dakota State with 35 yards rushing on this drive before that last carry.
DJ had a chance here, Carlton Johnson from Fresno State, to make a bigger play, didn't he?
Yeah, but I tell you what, he forced it to bounce. I like to see the run back put his foot in the ground and get north and south by Vidal.
Yes, we have a 2-minute warning at the end of the first quarter with the national team driving, looking to tie this game up in the first. We're at the 2-minute warning here, first quarter of the Reese's Senior Bowl. That man went to 4 Pro Bowls. Brian Young was a bad, bad man. The Pro Bowl games are taking over Orlando, the league's brightest stars, showing out for the ultimate flag football showdown. The Pro Bowl games, which are presented by Verizon, continuing tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN and on ABC. National with an early lead here. Beg your pardon, the American with the early lead, 7-0 over the National. We are at the 2-minute warning. The National with the football here. The Nationals going to get the ball to start the second quarter. Change of possession, Charles Davis, Daniel Jeremiah, at the end of every quarter here. So I know there's 2 minutes left. They're going to have to play some defense regardless of how this possession ends. But kind of a chance here to double up.
I'd like to see him score on this first play, so then you get the full complement of the 2 minutes here going the other way.
It's going to be a 3rd and goal here for the Oregon quarterback, the former Auburn quarterback, Bo Nix. He's got Isaiah Davis in the backfield from South Dakota State, Javon Baker and Tez Walker to the right.
See if Tez Walker runs a fade. He's got a condensed split up there at the top, number 14.
Which means it gives him all that space up at the top to run the fade.
Brevin Spann Ford in there as well. Throwback. And Brevin Spann Ford has a touchdown. The tight end from Minnesota. They're celebrating his 8th career touchdown if it didn't hit the ground.
I think he's good.
He got it. I think he got it.
Hands underneath it, controlled it. Nice job by Bo Nix. Wanted to get that out into flat. Wasn't there. Ended up doing something that's a little risky, throwing across your body down here in the red zone. Put enough on it, though, to be able to fit that ball in. You see, he wants to go to the back right here. Not there. Works his eyes back inside and protected him from the defender, throwing him away from that defender.
Something you see from him on tape, isn't it?
Oh, he does a lot of that.
A lot of that, taking care of his guys. And Eboigbe from Alabama was one who forced the play, and he threw that underneath him.
Joshua Carty now from Stanford with the extra point. Hits it to tie this game at 7. 1:53 remaining in the first quarter. Jeff Ulbrich, the defensive coordinator of the New York Jets here, celebrating with his team, tying up this game. Couple nice long offensive drives now, one for each team.
Tell you what, Jeff Ulbrich, with the Jets, he celebrates touchdowns now. He was happy to see that one. He didn't see a lot of those this year once Aaron Rodgers got hurt. But no, that was a nice drive by Bo Nix, and good to see him. I thought sometimes you come out here in these All-Star games, day one, trying to get acclimated. You got a new football, you got new teammates, new terminology. To me, with quarterbacks, evaluating them during these events, you want to see him just get a little better each and every day. I thought Thursday was his best day of practice, and here he is marching the ball down the field and scoring in the game.
I thought we saw the same from Spencer Rattler, who came out and played really well right out of the gate, throwing the touchdown pass early to Rosemary Jackson from the University of Georgia. So
now
that's
we
a
got
great
it.
example of it.
Sorry, big pardon, Charles. I'm excited to tell you that your Tennessee quarterback, Joe Milton, is now in. Milton out of the gun, nowhere to go, pointing downfield, and then getting dumped inside the 15. Joe Milton tackled by Marshawn Nealon and Eddie Ulofoshio.
I think he was trying to get Ben Sinnott from Kansas State to go upfield, but Ben was trapped on the sideline, had no place to go.
Much like they do in Tennessee, they're playing fast now. Out of the gun, the hand to Bailey. Man, he's got a little bit of juice here.
Nice job. I'll tell you what, Layden Robinson, 64 from A&M. Might have got away with the hold here. Watch him as the right guard. A little bit, but we'll take it. Get up the field and go.
Gain of 11 for Bailey, who already has 32 yards on 5 carries. And it's going to set up 3rd and around 8. First drive for Milton. Steps up. He may go. Cedric Gray, the North Carolina linebacker, gets him right at the line to gain. They're going to give him a first.
Good job being decisive when he felt the pass rush and just get upfield and understood where the first down marker was and got to it.
I'd see McConkey get involved here, get him The ball, get him going.
McConkey, bottom of your screen. On first down, it is Bailey, who's getting a lot of work today, and he's going to get out of bounds to stop the clock. 36 seconds remaining in the first quarter. So the Americans got the ball, but the American has 36 seconds to score. The Nationals got to get it to open up the second quarter.
Nice to see him touch that up in the flat CD. Watching him in warm-ups. It was 74 in the air, 74 yards, and it was not a lot of strain or effort.
He wasn't oiled up yet either.
No.
Milton had a video
Game
go
clock operator,
viral.
please place 36 seconds on the game clock.
Scott Walker, our referee,
Thank you.
has
It will
asked
begin my snap.
a couple of times today already here in the first quarter to adjust that clock. I was saying that Joe Milton had that video go viral last year where he threw the ball 80 into the end zone. It probably went 85. He stood on the 20 and dropped it in the end zone, and did so with ease, to be honest with you. He's got easy gas from that right arm.
So you've got, looks like, see if they rotate these safeties at the snap, which they've been doing a little bit. You got middle open.
Joe Milton
They showed cover 3 and went to cover 2.
resets the feet, then Sinnott immediately dropped near the 45-yard line. Cole Bishop, the Utah safety, who had a very good week, up to make the tackle. The clock stops at 28 with a timeout.
American team, this is the first of the half. Game clock operator, please place 30 seconds on the game clock.
All right, so the American team takes its first of 2 timeouts, and we put time back on the clock again. 2 seconds, back to 30. I mentioned Cole Bishop had a good week this week. Guys, a 3-year starter for the Utes, led him in tackles in 22.
It's a textbook tackle right there. Head across, wrap and drag. I know one thing. I don't know how close you got to get to be in field goal range when you've got a kicker like this.
Will Riker, DJ, career long 52. He was 10 of 13 in his career, 50 plus. I think that's pretty good. Not bad. Again, the leading scorer in the history of college football.
You know, 3rd and 1 here with big arm. If anybody hesitates on the corner, they should let Milton let this rip down the sideline.
Milton pressured again, gets out of it. Checks it down, but throws it wide of Amani Bailey.
I think they were trying to do that, DJ, don't you think? I think that 3rd and 1 call was for him to try and get that big shot downfield. And he looked through the entire progression, looked left, looked right, wasn't there, and then totally missed on the check down to Amani Bailey.
Austin Booker, good pressure there from right end.
He had Flournoy, and I know he had the arm to get it there. If he wanted to throw that thing to the end zone.
There's not anyone, no one's going to outrun his arm today. As fast as some of these guys are, no one's going to outrun that. If he wants to just turn it loose, he'll be okay.
Austin McNamara from Texas Tech is going to punt it away, and New Hampshire's Dylan Laube is back to return on the 10.
Notice how they're hesitating in timeout there? That's in response to a number of guys not having played special teams much before and having to change things up as the week went on. A lot of these guys have never really played it. They're just learning it on the fly.
Not the best punt. That thing's wobbling. That thing's going out of bounds near the 30-yard line. So the national team is going to get it back with 16 seconds to go. Guys, tell me about Austin Booker in the week he had.
I like him. He's 6'4", 240 pounds. He's a little lean, and he got caught high a couple times early. And then after that, we got a chance to see him use that athleticism. He won with speed. He won with an inside counter. That second day of practice, CD, he had about 4 wins. That was in team as well as in the one-on-ones. Didn't get a chance to see those wins there, but he really took it up a notch. And kind of remind me a little bit of kind of like that poor man's Max Crosby, who's not at that level of player, but that style that he plays with.
And you're talking about that day that was he and Jalen Harrell from Michigan were trading off sacks, weren't they?
No question.
With 16 seconds left in the quarter, Notre Dame Sam Hartman checks in and chucks it deep. Once Tez Walker pushing up, cannot hang on.
Had an opportunity there. He's got to get his other hand to the ball. And drops have been a little bit of an issue for him during the week. He's winning on some of these routes. He's got a chance of this thing. He's just got to fight for that other arm to get to the football.
That's what you're talking about, the inside arm.
He's
not
trying to
able
post
get up and get involved.
He's trying to post with that inside arm to create some separation. But if you can get your other arm to the ball, you might get a flag or you're going to get a catch. But tough time bringing that in.
You know, we talked this week because Wednesday was not Tez Walker's best week. that maybe was in his head a little bit. Like, breathe. Thursday, he was certainly better, but we're seeing him try to one-hand things here on game day. Great story, obviously, Kent State. It took a while for the NCAA to give him the green light to play for North Carolina, but guys, when he did, he really produced.
Big plays down the field with Drake May throwing him the ball. He can really separate and find that other gear. You see it here again when the ball gets in his hands, showing you the strength to be able to pull through a tackle and make his way into the end zone. The ability is all there. I mean, this is someone who I thought had a chance with a big week, could bring himself into the first-round conversation, and just hasn't been as consistent catching the ball. Here's that example we just showed you. If he just get that other hand to the ball, we had the flea flicker the first play of the game, and then that one, 2 big opportunities down the field, just wasn't quite able to bring him in. And again, he only dropped 3 balls the whole season. So it hasn't been an issue, and this week it just hasn't been what he would want from that department.
8 seconds left to get to Carty's career long. You got to get to the 43. Oh, Baker can't hang on. That would have put him into field goal range. Nehemiah Pritchett from Auburn, the local guy from Jackson, Alabama, with the coverage.
Able to locate the football late in the route and make a play on it. Pritchett, number 1, as you just mentioned, Andrew, from Auburn. That was a well-thrown ball by Sam Hartman, a good route. Pritchett able to knock it away at the last second.
So what do you do, guys? Hail Mary?
3 seconds?
Leaf flicker?
Oh, I'm going to run a
What do you want
quarterback
to
draw
do?
and pad my stats and take a slide is what I'm going to do.
There's a change of possession. You only got 3 seconds here. The Nationals got to keep it, so they're trying to double up. Deep ball. Here's Walker. Nope. Knocked away.
Tyke Smith from Georgia on the play. Looked like Elijah Jones from Boston College as well, double teaming it. Jones short, number 5, and he ends up overrunning it a little bit, but Tyke Smith is there to bat the ball away.
So, after 1, Stanley the Ibis and company are dancing for a 7-7 game. We got a couple of touchdowns. 3 more quarters of college football to go this year. We are ready to open up the second quarter here in a 7-7 game. The 75th edition of the Reese's Senior Bowl, about 4 hours away. Pinson, Alabama, the pride of Pinson, Alabama. Standing by now with Tom Pelissero.
Well, Bo, you get a little less than a quarter of action out here, and you lead a touchdown drive. That's pretty efficient.
Yeah, we had a good drive. We were able to run the ball early, and then we hit some passes, and then, eventually got the ball down there to where we could get the ball in. But it was a good drive for us.
That Minnesota tight end is about as big of a target as you're going to find. Take me through the touchdown pass.
Yeah, it was just a bootleg, a naked, and he kind of slid back inside, and that's the last read and last progression, and then he was open.
What's this week been like for you overall in Mobile?
Oh, it's been awesome. The competition has been great. It's been fun to compete against those guys at practice, and then now, the game. It's been great and fun to be coached by NFL guys, and also fun to be around Sam and Michael all week and the rest of the quarterbacks on the other team. But it's been a good week. A lot of interviews, a lot of time, to just show what you got and be your authentic self.
Not every quarterback comes and plays in this game. Why'd you want to do this?
Well, I just felt like, going through all week, with some guys dropping out, it was right to, go out there and play. But I understand everybody's got a different, situation, but just be from the home state and, just for the Senior Bowl, they do a really good job of putting on an event. And, it's just, I felt like it was respectful to play for them.
I know you're training down here in Mobile with David Morris. Take me through these next few months and the way that things will play out from now till the draft.
Well, yeah, next is the Combine, so we'll get ready for that. And then you got Pro Day right after that following, and then, you'll go to the meetings, and then, the draft will be here before you know it. So excited for all of it. It's spaced out well. We have some, some fun opportunities ahead of us, and I'm just looking forward to what's next, going back to training.
We're going to see Sam Hartman for the next 3 quarters out here. Give me a breakdown on him. Give me your scouting report after watching him in practice this week.
Well, he's just a tough guy. Played a lot of experience. Has a really good arm. He's live. He's athletic. He makes some stuff happen. Using his feet. He's a smart guy. He's been in multiple systems, and I'm excited for him. I think he's a great dude. Fun to be around all week, and I'll be cheering for him over here.
Any hair tips from him?
No, I did not. I can't have hair like that.
Appreciate the time, Bo. Thanks.
Thank you.
Good times there. Bo Nix making his 62nd career start as we see a catch there on the sideline by Louisville wide receiver Jamari Thrash. 7-7 back here at the booth. Charles Davis, Daniel Jeremiah, Andrew Siciliano, CD, Sam Hartman, and Bo Nix, both with so much experience, which is when we see Brock Purdy, have the success heading to a Super Bowl in a second season. It's something maybe we need to step back and reevaluate how we look at these quarterbacks.
I think it's just been a big reminder to all of us about how much experience can play a good factor in a guy transitioning to the NFL.
Joe Milton, not nearly the same amount of experience, but put some nice touch on that football. And the Florida State tight end, Jaheim Bell, makes a catch at the 41 for a first.
Yeah, that throw had to beat the safety and Josh Proctor from Ohio State. Got to get it up and down before he could get there. That was perfect pace, perfect touch. A nice layered throw right there.
Yeah, and you see Javon Solomon, who was bearing down, coming from underneath in coverage, trying to get there as well. Excellent throw, catch, and a big pickup for a first down.
Good to see there from Milton. We told you he has the arm, some of the shorter stuff, some of the touch throws. It's what scouts wanted to see this week, and there he gives it to him. Here he gives it to Cody Schrader, who runs right up the middle, and Abe Hall, the big Baylor tackle, who showed well, especially Tuesday and Wednesday, makes the stop.
Abe Hall with that swim move on Tuesday. He was undefeated with the swim move. They made some adjustments on the second day, CD. He wasn't able to get that done again, but man, he flashed that first day, and you have all the traits you could ever want.
Yeah, on Tuesdays look like Michael Phelps.
Gain of 5. Bring up a 2nd and 5 here for the national team. Or the American team, to beg your pardon. Tennessee quarterback Joe Milton. Schrader again in the backfield. Milton to throw. You see the arm strength there. Guns it over the middle. The first catch today for Jaquan Jackson, 5'9", 190 from Tulane, the nephew of one Ed Reed. All right, let's go back and look at Cody Schrader, guys, who's in the backfield. I told you his story, 2,000 yards at Truman State. Eventually went to Missouri as a walk-on, and all he did was put up 1,600 yards this year in the SEC.
Talked to his coach, Eli Drinkwitz, and said he got on campus, he didn't know who he was. And then he just kept climbing up the ladder. We look at him go here and try and push the pile. Said he scored a touchdown in spring game, and he was talking to his father, and his father said, "This is the best day of his life." And Coach Drink said, "Well, not for long. This is the way, what we're seeing here. There's going to be better." And then he said, "Look, when you put 300 on Tennessee, I think that might have eclipsed as the best day of his life there." What a season!
What an absolutely terrific season. And he told us this week he was the eighth tailback when he started in spring ball there, and no one knew who he was. But it's another example, and again, give Eli Drinkwitz and his staff credit. Sometimes it doesn't matter what the number is and your name coming in. It's the production. How do you practice? Do you prove yourself better than others? And showing the whole team, guess what? He may have been a walk-on. He's our best guy. Get him on the field. That tells you competition matters.
He gets a first down to set up a new set of downs for Joe Milton, who is going to throw on the run. Might have been across the line of scrimmage. Regardless, Evan Williams has the interception. Williams, this is not college football. NFL rules, you can get up and run. Knee does not mean down.
Yeah, throwing across your body, not the best idea. Just use your legs, it'll get you 5.
Interception for Oregon's Evan Williams in a 7-7 game in Mobile.
People will focus on the interception by Joe Milton, but really should be the play by Evan Williams from Oregon. Take a look at where he starts, right there, okay? Remember that as this play develops, because Joe Milton has an opportunity to actually run the football and gain 5 or more yards. Stop it right there. See vision there? But instead, his vision is down here, but watch where number 3 comes from to make this play.
That's a heck of a recovery.
And if you're Joe Milton, that guy looks wide open. And all of a sudden, Evan Williams eats up all this grass and comes over and makes a terrific play. That's what you call range from the safety position.
That's a heck of a play. He covered a ton of ground.
I mean, there was no way he could have been in Joe Milton's vision when he threw the football or got set to throw it, and he ate up all that ground. and picked it off.
Nice play, Trevin Wallace there, the Kentucky linebacker, to open up this drive defensively here for the American team. And Milton has the arm, and the arm arrogance as well to make that throw. Just didn't get all the zip he thought he might have been able to.
I'll just let DJ take it from here. I don't know that there was any arrogance in that play as much as that guy looks wide open.
Yeah, I don't think
How
he saw
could
Evan
he
Williams.
didn't see Evan Williams coming from the backside?
And if he'd have taken Schrader more to the right, he would have had the real estate to just kind of lay it up there and get it to him.
But he had no, without seeing that safety, he had no reason to feel like he needed to take him anywhere else. Tremendous play.
Sam Hartman stands 1 yard deep in his end zone. The ball gets knocked out of the line. That was dangerous.
You know, that was DJ
Sermon.
And did we see that during the week?
He picked off Milton on this almost exact same play during the week of practice.
Jackson Sermon, the Cal linebacker, 34 starts over 6 years. Left his feet and knocked that down.
Don't forget, he started at the University of Washington. And then he goes to Cal to finish things off, playing for his father, Peter Sermon, the defensive coordinator for the Golden Bears.
And it'll bring up a 3rd and 11 for Sam Hartman, who's going to stand in his own backfield. Davis to his right. Hartman avoids the rush, avoids the safety. He's going to have to scramble, and Jackson Sermon makes the 3rd down tackle.
Nice job by Sermon being able to come to balance here and make this play in space. Hartman gets a little pressure up the field. He's going to go. He's going to try and get a little shake here, and Sermon's not taking it. A nice open field tackle.
Marcus Harris from Auburn had the pressure. And it is punt time now as Iowa's Tory Taylor comes out, the winner of the Ray Guy Award this past season.
I was talking.
He left. How could he not win it? No one punted a football more by a long shot, and they punted it well.
I was talking to the guys at Cal about Sermon, and he said this guy is brilliant. And he said he's very knowledgeable investor in financial literacy. And I said I'll be sure to tell Charles because he's the one that's got the money. He can go see out there and see what he can do for it.
Which Charles are you talking about? There must be another Charles. Okay, not want to meet that person.
Tory Taylor punted 93 times this year. Anaya Smith from A&M is going to field it. Smith gets to the outside, picks up a couple of extra yards there to the 40-yard line. So a nice return for the American wide receiver and good field position when we come back. 7-7 in the second. You know, there are cool events, and then there are NFL honors. This is my favorite, and it is so cool that Keegan-Michael Key is back hosting honors again, presented by Invisalign during Super Bowl 58 weekend in Las Vegas. Find out who's going to bring home the NFL's most prestigious awards. It's NFL Honors, presented by Invisalign, Thursday, 9 Eastern, 8 Central on NFL Network and CBS. Keegan-Michael Key, a huge Lions fan, and he does a pretty good impression of a certain Penn State head coach as well.
And will A.A. Ron Donald be?
I might. Got a new quarterback. Tulane's Michael Pratt checks in, 4-year starter, 22 wins the last 2 seasons. He's got Bailey in the backfield, who's had a lot of work. Double tight to the left, Sinnott and Bell. Flournoy and Smith to the right. And another carry here for Amani Bailey, already his 6th of the game.
J.D. Bertrand with the penetration and the tackle.
He is a tackling machine, interview machine, Tom Pelissero.
And I'm here with Jim Nagy, the executive director of the Reese's Senior Bowl. Great week out here, great weather, great fireworks early in this game, too.
Yeah, there's been some big plays. It's been a great week. You know, the weather cooperated, 3 great days of practice. We kept everyone healthy for the most part, and now a sold-out stadium.
This has become a week-long type of an event here. Tell me about some of the things that have been happening off the field.
Well, last night we had our 75th Legends Gala. Your guy Peter Schrager hosted it, did a great job, knocked it out of the park. And we had 16 of our legendary players back, so that was great. That was one of the most fun events we've ever done. Tonight we've got our Counting Crows concert. Got our fingers crossed that the rain holds off, but it's been a really great week.
Who's been catching your eye through the course this week?
A couple of the defensive linemen, Darius Robinson from Missouri and Braden Fisk. I know that I spoke to DJ before the game. The Braden Fisk trade, I think I heard him talking about it on that thing. But Braden Fisk switching teams today. He's had a great week.
Not going to lie to you, Jim. That team was not happy. The American coaches were all saying you took your best player on the morning of the game.
I have text to prove it. Yeah, I have text to prove they weren't really happy. But we got that done at 7:30 in the morning. The other team had 3 defensive linemen, so we had to switch it up.
We got Bo Nix out here for a couple of drives. Spencer Rattler had a great pass early on too. Seems like the quarterbacks have done their part through the course this week.
They have. They really settled in. You know, I think the first day there was a lot of completions. The second day they're the group that got better and better every day, and that's what we ask of those guys. And yeah, Spencer had a great throw to Rosemy-Jackson, and then Bo followed up, and what a play by Brevin Spanford. So it's been good.
You hauled in Schrager. You know, I was here, Jim. I could have hosted that. Thank you.
You're more expensive than Peter. We took a haircut.
That's a great point. Thanks a lot, Jim. Have fun.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, how about that? Schrager.
Hey, Tom, don't give away for free what you can sell now. All right? Make sure you keep your price high.
Will Reichert is going to come on here for a 57-yard field goal. His career long is 52. So this would be 5 better than that. Reichert puts his right foot into it, and he hits the upright.
Yeah, plenty of leg.
Yes, he did. Would have been a new career high. Hey, I'm just happy that Schrager owned a sport coat. He was able to put away the hoodie.
Schrager looks sharp.
Almost from Will Reichert.
Schrager got some Sam Hartman hair.
Second quarter Reese's Senior Bowl, we were tied up at 7. That man with the Tar Heel helmet, Daniel Jeremiah, is Tez Walker. Was explosive this year for the Tar Heels. He's had trouble catching the ball, however, this week.
Well, you see Jones doesn't waste any time. He gets the heck out of there knowing that Walker can fly and tried to cut him off down the field. He hit over 20 miles per hour on this during the week. So Zebra give you some awesome numbers, and these teams have all this data. They can take it with them as they go through the evaluation process, but speed has not been an issue for Walker.
No, it would be nice to get him going, don't you think, DJ? We've seen a lot of go balls for him. Run something that looks like, and then let him come underneath and get him a few easy completions and see if he can get him activated.
How about a slant?
Yeah, just something underneath, because right now, as you pointed out, those corners are hauling out of there.
Sam Hartman to Theo Johnson, a little low. The Penn State tight end could not haul it in. Tyrese Knight from UTEP on the
Sam
coverage.
Hartman, but boy, that's a miss.
Pulled the string. He pulled the string. They set that up. They leaked the tight end out, CD, and he is wide open.
Man, he kind of short-armed it.
He tried so hard not to miss it.
Yeah.
He caught himself short.
He puts it on him. He's going to be inside the 20.
He could still be running.
And that's a lot of man that you're thinking about trying to get down. Who's a 260 plus momentum.
Listen, all these pass catchers, I was going to say, on the national team are going to get their opportunities. Only 3 healthy wide receivers out there for the national, so there will be other chances, certainly. All right, quickly, Tom Pelissero, what do you got?
Well, Sam Hartman told me that teammates asked him more questions about his age and his hair than anything related to football through the course this week. He says he got the hair genes from his mom. Told me, I wake up and I look like this. He also had the most famous beard in college football last season. He told me he trimmed it before coming down here for his meetings with coaches and scouts, trying to maybe look a little bit younger. I asked him, did it work? He said it did not at all. He is the oldest player here, turns 25 in July, guys.
His teammates at Notre Dame called him Grandpa. Did you see how we ran that in slow motion?
That was beautiful. Yeah. You do realize for Halloween when he was 8, he went as an adult.
The slow-mo replay. How about that? Sam Hartman and the hair.
You guys just got my hair sponsorship.
To throw. And there's a completion. There's a first down to Javon Baker from UCF, the former Alabama wide receiver.
DJ, nice throw, don't you think?
Nice job, too, because I think somebody ran the wrong route on the left, and he ended up having to work all the way back across the field, getting to the backside, and a nice delivery, nice ball, and had little words with the wide receiver explaining where they were wrong
where you're
on the front
supposed to be.
side.
But as a scout, right, you saw him miss on the one there to Theo Johnson. To come back and have a nice sharp throw there, that's a good thing for you in your book, isn't it?
No question. And, you know, what he did at Wake Forest, he was so successful. But it was that slow mesh, and it's a little different offense. So to go to Notre Dame and get some experience this past year, I think was big for him. And I think his best football, for somebody who's played a lot, is still in front of him.
Yeah, Dave Clawson at Wake Forest with that offense, they've done a phenomenal job.
Here's one of my favorite players in the game, the New Hampshire running back, Dylan Laube, 5'9" and 210. Not a little guy, but a short guy. 171 career receptions at the FCS level.
Just think, he was posting up Darren Sproles as part of the 75th anniversary team. You know, 5'9", he's looking down, calling for the ball in the low block. Darren Sproles did all that damage at Kansas State and in the NFL.
Let's see if you go back to this Big Penn State tight end, Theo Johnson, who's flexed out at the top here in the slot.
Dale checks in, the Troy running back. Hartman to throw. It's the Michigan tight end, A.J. Barner. You did say tight end.
There are going to be a lot of tight ends, as you mentioned, with the limited numbers of wideouts. You're going to see a lot of 12 personnel out here with 2 tight ends.
And one thing about A.J. Barner, talking with one of the coaches in pregame, he actually rolled his ankle day 2 of this and was determined to stay out there and play. And remember, he already went through a 16-game college football season, culminating in a national championship. Could have very easily said, that's it for me. Really wanted to play in this game, got the treatment, is out here getting it done.
Barner, also 3 years at Indiana before going to Michigan. It's 3rd and 3, coming up with a 2-minute warning here. Clock winding at 2:10. Baker and Johnson to the right, but it could be by Dale. No, it's going to be Hartman on the keeper. And Sam Hartman slides for a first down. Braswell flying over top. And we are at the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes. Sam Hartman slides for a first down. Anybody want oysters later?
Why not?
Oysters?
Why not?
Okay. Coming up at the half, NFL Total Access back in the studio. Patrick Claybon, Brian Baldinger, Cynthia Freeland. That'll be in L.A. And then Tom Pelissero talks to our good friend, Tori Holt, down on the field as well. Can we get Tori into Canton, please? Anybody, raise your hand. Who's with me?
I'm with you.
Good.
Way to go, Coach Terrell Williams. Are you with me?
I'm with you.
All right. I love how he talks to the team and want to make sure he had their attention. He'd always ask that question. Are you with me?
I'm with you. I'm with you. And we're with here the national team after the 2-minute warning inside the red zone after Sam Hartman scrambled the 3rd down to the 1st down. Kamani Vidal in the backfield from Troy. Hartman to throw. Looks that way. Under pressure goes end zone. Partner, one hand, can't bring it down.
Hartman's pass blocked over the top there. Got to put that ball on him. Just got a little bit up too high, and then you saw the play that was made on the ball.
Did you notice the formation, DJ? They had both tight ends to the right, and they put Barner inside of Theo Johnson, almost trying to hide him a little bit, make you focus on the outside guy, thinking that's the tight end position, and you sneak in Barner on the inside looking like an extra offensive tackle.
We have a different number in the secondary, by the way.
Or
is that Bullard?
Bullard, he wore 22.
Yes, is he wearing 2?
Let's take a
2 is wearing Tyke Smith, and 5 is wearing Elijah Jones. Had some DB numbers change as McCaffrey gets a carry on the end route. McCaffrey gets inside the 15 of the clock, winding now to 1:40 remaining here.
Yeah, Tyke Smith, they're wearing he and Bullard both at the University of Georgia. Bullard 22, Tyke Smith went from 5 during the week to 2. And Elijah Jones went from 29 during the week to 5.
Nice. That's a good piece of information.
We are here to confuse.
What you say is great info. Would have liked it a little earlier.
Here we go. All right, 3rd and 5, 14-yard line. Isaiah Davis is wearing 21, and he is in the backfield.
Haven't got McCaffrey going yet, have we?
Slot here.
Slot it to the right. Need to get inside the 10 for a first down. Hartman on the run, throwing once. Walker can't hang on.
I don't know if he would have got both feet down either.
Pritchett had the coverage.
Pritchett had the understanding, DJ, of what?
Leverage.
He's got and what else? What does he have back there?
He's got the end line.
He's got the end line. So there's not a lot of room for you to go up and come down. And when you understand that, fine. You got to throw it over my head. And if you can make that contortion act and get both feet down, more power to you. I doubt you can.
Joshua Carty is now on for the 23-yard field goal try. The Stanford kicker, 51 of 60, 85% in his career. Torrey Taylor from Iowa is the holder. Peter Bowden, the long snapper from Wisconsin. And that kick is no good. just wide to the right, and we are still 7-7 with 58 seconds to go.
DJ, is that somewhat like having a wide open three-pointer, no one rushing at you?
It's a free throw.
Because there's really no one on the rush, and you're used to all these bodies crashing. Does that throw them off a little bit in the beginning?
Well, also,
I'm trying. I'm giving them a chance.
Maybe you don't get that wind in Palo Alto either, that you've got a little crosswind going here. Took that ball and ran with it.
Joshua Carty at Stanford only missed one extra point in his career. 72 of 73 for 98.6.
And you didn't say it ahead of time, so no one can come back at you and say
no. Well, do you really believe in the broadcaster jinx?
No, but it becomes fun. It's a good topic.
Oh, I know.
At the end of the day, no one can really.
It's like the no-hitter jinx. There is no such thing as a no-hitter jinx.
No, but we all, listen, when we played, we all kind of played into it, didn't we?
We did. That is Michael Penix Jr., the Washington quarterback. On your screen, had a really good week of practice, opted not to play in this game, but is here watching his teammates, and here watching Michael Pratt from Tulane throwing high, almost intercepted. Three guys there from the national team, Bertrand and Williams, who had one earlier, and nobody could bring it down.
That just hung up there forever after that ball got tipped. And Williams showing you Johnny on the spot right where he needs to be when this comes out. I think he's going to get it, and then Bertrand tips it, or else Williams has his second pick.
DJ, both of them eyes back on the quarterback playing zone defense. Bertrand was in the perfect spot that the ball is accurately thrown. He's there to make the tackle. And then when it's up in the air, he and Williams racing for the football. Neither one of them gets it.
Keaton Oladapo from Oregon State, the first guy to get a hand on it, 28 and safety there. Schrader into the game of the backfield. Play clock is at 2. Ball's on the ground. Fight for it. Who's got it? Offense is going to recover. No, defense is going to recover. That's a recovery there for Jalen Harrell from Michigan.
I'm wondering about Harrell on the bottom. Did he jump? I'd love to see that if we could from the wide view, because I thought Harrell was off and running. I thought that'd be a play you might blow dead. And instead, Harrell gets the benefit from the
takes the ball
recovery. Hey, he's learning to be a pro early. Keep the football, take it in, put a little tape on it, get it painted up so it can go on your mantle at home.
So on the botched exchange, the national defense is going to get credit for a second turnover forced. Williams had the interception of Milton in the end zone earlier, and here Pratt couldn't get the snap from center from Christian Haynes. They're playing center from UConn. Jalen Harrell from Michigan falls on it. Now a chance here for the National to cash in. Missed the field goal earlier. Hartman from the 20. They open in the red zone. Hartman gunning left, and now that's intercepted. Jarvis Brownlee. And Brownlee is still going across the 30 all the way back to the 40. Nice return. 6 career interceptions for Jarvis Brownlee Jr. Here's another one.
That was a heck of a play. He's had a great week of practice as well. We've seen some of the one-on-one clips. They've made their way through social media of him running routes for receivers. Just anticipation and awareness and undercutting. This one, CD, I think was just thrown right to him.
Yeah, I think this is one of the easiest ones he's going to have. Look all the way up here at the top.
You ready?
Actually, I didn't circle the wrong guy. He was inside and playing in the slot, and he ends up taking he's in perfect spot. And the ball goes right to him. But give him credit. You mentioned what a good week he had at practice. They vote for awards during the week at each position. All the players have to vote. The receivers vote about the DBs, et cetera, et cetera. Brownlee, the American team's DB of the week, cornerback of the week. And you see it pay off there.
He's got good hands. You saw him catch the helmet as it was sliding off of his head. Nice.
Jarvis Brownlee can talk a little bit of trash, certainly. That's also part of his MO. And now he has something to talk about here with that interception. So turnovers on back-to-back plays. The American team back with the football with 33 seconds to go. Michael Pratt checks it down to Schrader. Cedric Gray's not going to let him pass, however. It's a gain of 8 out to the 47. Clock is going to stop. Nope, it's going to keep on going here.
You got to get this down the field, or you got to get this to the sideline. You can't check it down underneath in the middle.
Americans out of timeouts. Pratt, another check down to Schrader.
Or you can.
Or check it down the middle.
It's not advisable.
That's going to be a long field goal.
What field goal? You're out of
timeouts.
That's right.
So, that didn't work.
That is it in the first half.
It is the end of the first half. Cedric Gray with a couple of tackles there. The UNC leading tackler in each of the last 3 seasons there. A couple of tackles to end it. Keep the American team from doing anything here at the end of the first half. We have a 7-7 score here at the break as you watch the 75th edition of the Reese's Senior Bowl. The American is going to start the third quarter with the football after getting nothing there on that final possession. Let's go down to Tom Pelissero.
Terrell, it got a little bit wild there in the final couple minutes of that half with the turnovers. What did you like out of your team?
You know what? I like the way we started the game. I thought we did a good job of taking the ball down, scoring on offense, 3 and out on defense. But then we came back on both sides and had a little bit of a lull. But these guys are still competing and doing. We just can't put the ball on the ground. And then we got to be able to stop the run and know who the quarterbacks are in the game.
We heard your pregame reminding your team that, yes, the quarterback is live. What's the message now at the half?
To remind him that he's live because we haven't hit him yet on defense. So
good luck, Terrell. Thanks.
Thanks.
Guys.
The quarterback is live, but we got to get to the quarterback. Thank you, Terrell Williams. Great atmosphere here. Great college football atmosphere here for the final college football game of the year. Back to the studio. Back to Patrick Claybon in LA after this. Randall Total Access at the half.
So ambitious, full of drive. Yeah, you see my dedication. All of mine was in the gym. It ain't for nothing. Just be patient. Just believe it. Ain't no telling where you take it. You thought it's all for nothing. Now that body look amazing. We done work it out. Work it out. Yeah, we back to get it in. Big press, heavy lift. Got me feeling good again. 50 win production, too much power. You know what it is. Going hard.
And that was a pretty fun first half. Welcome back inside Hancock Whitney Stadium here, Mobile, Alabama, the 75th edition, and a pretty good one so far of the Reese's Senior Bowl. Charles Davis, Daniel Jeremiah. My name is Andrew Siciliano. DJ had a couple of long touchdown drives, had some offensive plays made. Certainly, what'd you like?
Well, I thought overall defensive half, but I liked what I saw from 2 quarterbacks. Bo Nix taking the team right down the field, getting a touchdown, a lot of running the football, but good decisions made there. And Spencer Rattler, when he got the opportunity, got the look he wanted, he took his shot, played really well in the first half. So impressed what I saw with those 2 quarterbacks, but CD, this was mostly about defense here in the first half.
You're exactly right about that, and that's the reason why the scoring is down. You're not having offensive fireworks because of plays like this. Tyrese Knight, the linebacker out of UTEP, just jumped right on A.J. Barner. Not much of a gain. Good play speed. How about Jarvis Brownlee? Right after they'd gained an interception, taking the ball away, he did it for his team. Picks off Sam Hartman, and real determined run back as well. He was trying to run to score, didn't quite get there, but you got to love the effort. Jarvis Brownlee, a terrific week of practice here at the Senior Bowl, and he's been recognized for his efforts.
It was actually Hartman there who made that tackle. Pretty crazy sequence where we had turnovers on consecutive plays. We had a long missed field goal. We had a short missed field goal. We had the clock running out at the end of the second quarter. No timeouts there for the American, trying to get a field goal set up, and they could not do it. Jaheim Bell signing some autographs. Look like the pads are off, so his day might be done. The American kicking off, and Dylan Laube is going to let it go over his head for a touchback. And here we go now, the third quarter of the Reese's Senior Bowl. 74th year out of 75. This game has been here in Mobile. We're now on the campus of South Alabama. Saw Carter Bradley there from South Alabama. We'll see him a little bit later. But in the meantime, guys, what do you think of Sam Hartman of the first half?
A couple of throws he'd like to have back, maybe a couple decisions, but we did see him use his legs, which was nice to see. And when he's been patient, he's had success. When he's got a little greedy, he's found himself in trouble.
He's got Kamani Vidal in the backfield, and the Troy back doesn't really have a lot of room to run. He's immediately hit there by Tyke Smith, among others, the Georgia safety.
Doesn't he have a background that is kind of got a little famous to it? Kamani Vidal?
Yes. Good call there, Charles. He is the great nephew of local legend of all legends, truly, the great Henry
Hammer and Hank.
Yes, sir.
Jinx.
His great uncle. Dale down the backfield. Earl's play fake here. Hartman under pressure. Hartman dumps it down to Barner, the tight end, through traffic, close to a first down. All right, I mentioned the great nephew, and there he is with his great uncle, the legendary Henry Aaron. Pretty cool there.
That is awesome. Celebrating the new year, it looks like, in the background there.
Not bad lineage, huh?
No, not at all.
He has to do his home run hitting as a runner, though, right, DJ? As
That's
opposed
right.
to swinging the bat.
There you go.
They're using those two tight ends in tandem a lot there for the national team.
They don't have any options.
Barner got a first down on that last one. And the give here behind Barner this time is to Dylan Laube, the running back, 5'9" and 210 out of New Hampshire. Bookie Watson, the Butkus finalist, led the SEC in tackles and sacks in there, along with the Kentucky linebacker Trevin Wallace.
Trevin Wallace has made plays all week long. Went back and watched the tape. He did an excellent job in coverage, and there you see a little bit of that inside-outside range that he possesses. I love the fact he's 244 pounds, CD. We see so many.
That's old school.
225, 230-pound linebacker. This is a big dude.
244. That's a rush end now. I mean, my goodness.
It's a thumper. 2nd and 8. Got Tez Walker, top of the screen, the North Carolina helmet. Let's see if they can get him involved. Hartman looks the other way, now goes back left. Now pressured. Hartman's gonna run. Running away from Jordan Jefferson, the big LSU defensive lineman. And he is close to a first down, but he might have run out of bounds about a yard shy.
DJ, you see at the top there in the North Carolina helmet, number 14 in orange, that's Tez Walker. But he has an additional task today in terms of trying to get away, doesn't he? Because there's just not a lot of help in plays that he can take off, is there?
I'd like to see him just flip him the ball, give him a reverse, hit him on a little quick screen, now screen, bubble screen. Just let him have the ball in his hands and get some confidence. But right now, everything's been down the field. He's had a couple he'd like to have.
Nehemiah Pritchett just sat on him the entire route that time.
No question. And he's got to escape when you get the screen. He's got to get out of there.
I was wondering with all the snaps he's taking, you know, it's tough.
Here's Hartman on the keeper. Another run for Sam Hartman. Chased out of bounds by Bullard. He couldn't get it last time. Ended up with 3rd and inches. Gets it this time out of bounds at midfield.
Be your own run game. Nice read and a good job showing the defender, hey, I'm going out of bounds. I'm going out of bounds. Gentleman's agreement here. I'm going to point. Look, don't hit me. I'm going right over there.
Hey, we're good. We're good.
Topped out at 17 miles per hour, but did not have to hesitate at all to get that inside hand up to make sure the brother-in-law agreement was in place.
Same page. We're on the same page here.
I'm out. Good.
Sam Hartman was older than 2 GAs on the Notre Dame staff this past year.
Until Sam Hartman
the
entire
Sam
time.
Hartman ripped down by Marcus Harris, and now he's got to spike it half out of anger, half to save himself.
Yeah, once he started twisting on his knee, that's a smart move in an all-star game. Don't worry about.
Watch inside. Watch Marcus Harris.
That's a missed assignment.
And Laube could not get up there quickly enough to affect that. As he tries to come through, he doesn't get any part of Marcus Harris, really.
No gentleman's agreement on this one.
Nice job by Harris. He's got a little twitch to him, doesn't he, DJ? And I think consistency's been something people have been talking about with him. If he can increase that, things can get a little bit better for him as he moves forward.
With one of the play clock, Hartman takes it out of Vidal's belly. Nice catch, Luke McCaffrey. There's a first down for the former quarterback.
We've wanted him to get involved, and here we go. There he is working in the slot. This ball is way outside his frame and just snags it with his left hand. That's a heck of a catch.
And in that zone defense, what the defensive back has to do is just kind of sit there. You notice how he moved out and moved into the flat? You got to sit there. If you're threatened by that inside receiver, stay there until you determine what the route is before you make a move. He opened the door, and McCaffrey took advantage.
Brother of Christian, brother of Max, son of Ed. One-handed catch for 13. Hartman on the run. Not going to run, however, this time he's going to throw it to Barner. Can't one-hand it. Wallace with the late pop as well. Incomplete for 2nd down.
They need to run the ball because these wide receivers are huffing and puffing. I'm looking at Baker just jogging back to the huddle right here, 82, and he's putting his hand up like, can I get a blow?
Nope. and McCaffrey beat him to it. McCaffrey beat him to it and ran off the field first. Like, you're right. So the best sprint you have is to try and get a break.
So Brendan Rice and Malachi Corley, among others, wide receivers who were here during the week for Jeff Ulbrich had a nice week, but those guys are not playing today, so he only has 3 healthy wide receivers, 3 tight ends, and a running back, and Laube can play in the slot. So kind of undermanned here as Vidal face mask there. Flags, 3 flags came out actually. Flags from every direction. Triangulation of flags there at the 30.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 20. 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
James Williams, the linebacker now, a former safety at Miami.
Right there.
You think so?
Yes, a little bit.
Remember the old, is it a 5-yard face mask or a 15-yard face mask? They could have combined that and made it 20 and called it a day.
Now, he almost had a face mask to take home as a souvenir in his luggage.
Safety at the University of Miami, stepping up, moving forward with a big body to try and be a linebacker on the next level.
Isaiah Davis checking into the backfield, an FCS All-American in the red zone now. Sam Hartman will again call his own number. Pull it from Davis, and he's going to get drafted in the backfield. It's Williams coming up and making amends.
Thought he should have given this ball. He tried to pull it, thought he had something here. If he gives it, you might have a little crease. But he pulls it, and there's just nowhere to go.
Theo Johnson, the Penn State tight end, couldn't lay a block there on Williams. He shot through and made the tackle after picking up the 15-yarder on the previous play. It's a loss of 2 officially. Sam Hartman's already run 5 times today for 27 yards. This is the 10th play of the drive.
Got a big tight end.
Play fake again. Hartman eyes downfield under pressure. Jalix Hunt brings him down. Ball's out now. Hartman tried to throw it. And they're going to call it an incompletion.
Boy, was he fortunate, because he just should have just gone to the ground with that one, don't you think, DJ?
Yeah.
I mean, he's fortunate calling it incomplete, but at that point, play's done. Just take care of the football.
You're in scoring position here, too. You're in field goal range as we look down the field. I just had no protection.
Jones right there.
There's no protection to find anybody here.
Tyke Smith on Tez Watkins.
That's the second time he's got kind of pinned where he's got his legs trapped underneath him. That's why I just throw the ball away.
Tez Walker, excuse me. Yeah, just got to get rid of that one. But Jalix Hunt, how about that story, guys? Safety at Cornell and not even a starter full time. Body grows, transfers to Houston Christian, formerly Houston Baptist, becomes an edge rusher. Gets a sack on that play.
Southland Defensive Player of the Year. 3rd and long. Hartman wants Johnson, end zone. The big Penn State tight end who lined up wide there. Can't fight through the coverage from Tyke Smith, 4th down.
He's out of bounds, too, so he's trying to come back in. Wouldn't have counted even if he caught it.
Tyke Smith won this battle. Watch number 2 in gray. He's got him pinned to the sideline. Nowhere to go.
6 minutes and 5 seconds on the game clock. It will begin on my ready for play signal.
You know what I was just thinking? That Scott Walker, our referee, and the clock operator gotten in sync.
Premature on that.
I got to take that thought and throw it out.
Game clock operator, please place 6 minutes and 55 seconds on the game clock.
So here comes Josh Carty, who missed earlier from 32. The Stanford kicker will now try from the left hash from 37 out of the hold of Iowa's Torrey Taylor and the long snap of Peter Bowden from Wisconsin.
Are more punchers holding in college football these days, DJ?
I believe so.
It's kind of modeling the NFL.
Carty to give the lead. This one right down the middle. 37-yard field goal. The National takes the lead. And the 7. I think that's a face mask. But Goldie can spin the head around as well. No flag on that, however. That would have been only 5. As part of the 75th anniversary here at the Reese's Senior Bowl, man, there's so many legends in town, from Cornelius Bennett to Thurman Thomas to Patrick Willis. Man, what a scene last night at that banquet at the Battle House. One of these 3 legends standing by now with Tom Pelissero.
That's right, Andrew. I'm here with Thurman Thomas. Been a few decades since you were in this Reese's Senior Bowl, man. What are your memories from that week?
The memories from that week is, you know what? I was coached by Chuck Knox from the Seattle Seahawks, and unbelievable coach, unbelievable people. But I think the people here that I was around back in 1988 really treated me like I was one of their own. And they knew when you come here to the Senior Bowl, it was for one reason, is to try to prove yourself. And I think leaving here with the MVP back in 1988 and driving away with a Pontiac Grand Am was the best thing of my life for a 22-year-old.
Hold up, they gave you a Pontiac Grand Am for the MVP?
For the MVP, they gave you a Pontiac Grand Am, and I was the last one to receive that car. After that, they stopped giving that car away, and they stopped giving away cash to the players. So it was a great ending for me.
I think they now give you just a really big peanut butter cup, actually, so a little bit different from the Grand Am days. 75th anniversary team. It was so cool seeing all these NFL legends on the field. What was the banquet like last night?
The banquet was great, and to have, 6 or 7 Hall of Famers there, guys that I know, and it was awesome to be there to see some of the players that you grew up watching, but also seeing some of the younger players that haven't been here that long. And so the banquet was great. The crowd was great. We had a great time last night. Something I'll never forget.
Great seeing you, Thurman. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All right. A lot to unpack there, Tom. Thank you. First of all, Thurman's a huge Sabres fan. I know, like Charles Davis, he would have rather been watching the NHL skills competition last night, but he had a great time at the banquet. The other part of that is Grand Am and a lot of cash.
That was the way it used to be back then. The MVP of all the big games used to get a car and a check. Jacob Cowan reported ineligible, 77.
Man, okay.
Excuse me, Brandon Coleman from TCU. He came in, and after the Detroit Lions-Dallas game, you notice now if they're going and doing the numbers and reporting in.
We should point out as well that Carter Bradley from South Alabama is in. So he's playing now on his home field. 4 years at Toledo, then came here to South Alabama. He is the son of Gus Bradley, the former Jaguars head coach, who was a head coach in this game for 3 consecutive years. Last year, the defensive coordinator with Shane Steichen in Indianapolis.
He had a nice week of practice. I went back through and watched all their team reps, and to me, Charles, I wrote down poise a bunch.
Yes.
He's just very calm, very under control, very poised, just collecting completions throughout the week.
He got a nice arm on him, too. All right, I got to go back now. He said he got the Grand Am.
Yeah.
Okay, now, as a general rule, whether he's coming from Oklahoma State or where he's coming from, Timmy, you fly in here. Did he drive that bad
That's a great question.
automobile? Tom Pelissero, inquiring minds want to know.
Can we get Thurman on headset here? I have so many questions about this car.
And did you keep the car? What happened here?
What are we doing? I mean, good stuff, regardless. A great interview. Flournoy and Smith to the left here for Bradley on 3rd and 5. Steve Dow out of the backfield. I beg your pardon, Bailey out of the backfield. I'm sorry, the TCU running back. And Shaw Smith-Wade up to make the tackle. Amani Bailey has got a lot of work today. That is his 12th touch on the afternoon.
Nice job. Quick decision. Put that ball on his upfield shoulder where you can do something with it. Again, just get yourself into the flow of the game. Nice job by Carter Bradley. Just take the easy one.
That's what you're talking about seeing when you went back and watched it.
Yeah, just take
completions there, take it.
Just start stacking them up.
You mentioned nice arm. Ball comes out of his hand well. Got some zip on it.
He could drop it down arm angle-wise a little bit, too. He can kind of come down to that 3/4 slot if he needs to.
Ladd McConkey alone to the right here. The give to Bailey. Nice tackle. Nice tackle there by Gray. Tom, you got an answer?
I just chased down Thurman Thomas, which is a little easier now than it was back in '88. He said, indeed, he drove the Grand Am home. Flew to Mobile, drove the Grand Am home.
Thank you, Tom. Appreciate you.
Man.
I love how you started with an age reference to him right away. Many, many decades ago, you were here. Well done.
Back to Stillwater. That is quite a drive.
Yeah, but when you got a brand new car, it doesn't feel like it.
No.
You just roll with it.
Open that baby up on the 10.
Sally Field with him or no?
Looking at the clock here, coming up with a 2-minute warning.
Smokey and the Bandit in there. Well done.
On a 2nd down for Carter Bradley on his home field. A check down and an incompletion to Schrader from Missouri.
He tried to slow his motion down there as he was going fast. They tried to really slow it down to just guide that ball in. Just got to let it go.
2-minute warning.
2 minutes, 2 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. The National has a lead 10-7. Mawai and Aeneas and Leroy Butler. Leroy, don't go jump in the stands there, okay? We are 8 days away from NFL Game Day morning and Super Bowl Sunday, live from Las Vegas, 8.5 hours. 8.5 of pregame coverage with Rich Eisen and his fantastic crew leading up to the big one, Super Bowl 58. NFL Game Day morning, Sunday at 9 on Super Bowl Sunday only on NFL Network. And then we will see these guys on the field. All of these names, what do they have in common? They all played, as it says on the screen here, in the Reese's Senior Bowl. Rashee Rice was on this field last year, part of a great group of not only wide receivers and tight ends that made an immediate impact as rookies this past season.
Every year we see these players from this game go on to not only play, but to be really some of the best players in the history of this game, as referenced by the team we've seen out here of Hall of Famers on the field.
75th anniversary team.
The game is being delayed right now, guys, because the mascots are on the field. The mascots won't get off the field. In the meantime, here's Rashee Rice last year.
Well, if they hang out in the end zone, they might be safe.
Rashee Rice came in from SMU, much like Jaden Reed, Luke Musgrave, Dalton Kincaid, and others. Looked really good. Chiefs made him a second-round pick. And once the Chiefs' offense got its legs underneath itself this year, Rice was a huge part of that. And they are heading to the Super Bowl yet again. Mascots have cleared the field, including the slim and trim puppy.
Oh, nice.
Really looks good. Bradley can't get it as Cedric Gray goes high to knock it down. The North Carolina linebacker has come to play today.
That opened up, and I thought, oh, what a great read. Got excited, and then Gray just took the elevator up to the third floor. What a play.
When you watch him, DJ, when you watch Gray, I think he's like a run chase linebacker. I get that. I get a little bit of a Zach Brown vibe. Remember him out of North Carolina, who could fly and made a bunch of tackles, averaged over 100 tackles a year while he was with the Tennessee Titans. Speed was his game. I get a little bit of a vibe there. I don't think he's as fast as Zach Brown, but he can move.
That's playing coverage.
Made a couple of tackles on this drive as well, and then the big PBU to end the drive and to bring out the punter now for the American team, Austin McNamara from Texas Tech, a career average of just under 46 at 45.9. He has put 87 punts inside the 20 in his 5 years of college. Luke McCaffrey back to return, will run underneath it, let it go over his head, and it will bounce right near the 15. So he puts another one inside the 20. 1:44 to go. We have a 10-7 game here, third quarter in Mobile. .144 remaining, third quarter here. Hancock Whitney Stadium, the campus of South Alabama. You are looking at the 75th edition of the Reese's Senior Bowl. The National with the lead, 10-7 of the National here. Back with the football. There is a change of possession at the end of every quarter, so a 2-minute drive here for Notre Dame. Sam Hartman made 57 starts, not all in Notre Dame, only 1 year in South Bend. Before that, he was at Wake Forest. Hartman is 5 of 17 for 50 yards. Not a lot of offense in this game. Let's see if he can get it going here. Hartman with the check down. And gets it out to Davis, who gets popped and gets out of bounds to stop the clock at 1:39, a gain of around 5.
How about that Notre Dame quarterback job, DJ? That's turning into the college version of free agent dream, isn't it?
Yeah,
last year, Sam Hartman jumped in, right?
Riley Leonard
jumping in now, coming in from Duke.
It's a limited time only.
You get one shot. But that gold helmet, almost irresistible.
Got a couple of gold helmets in this game, only one on the field right now, and it is Hartman. Davis in the backfield, McCaffrey and Walker to the right. Nationals got a couple of timeouts, ball down, getting away from center, ball on the ground, and Hartman's going to get it back.
He fumbled and got stepped on, I believe.
Looks like he's working with the young man out of Florida, right? Kingsley Eguakon.
Kingsley Eguakon, yes, the Florida center, 30 career starts, but only 4 this past year with an ankle injury. He and Hartman not on the same page there. There's Shea Tierney, the Giants quarterback coach, calling in place. He's the OC this week for the National.
One thing about Sam Hartman, we're down there on the field during pregame, and he made a point to go up to Jim Nagy who runs the game, gave him a big hug and thanked him for the opportunity to be down here. Just first class.
Tells you what it's all about, right?
Absolutely.
Well done, Sam.
Sam here gives it to Davis, who has all kinds of room, and Davis is going to get a first down and carry his way all the way to the 35-yard line. Cameron Kitchens among those from Miami there for the ride.
Take a look at everyone getting out there. Wet opens up well. Nice job up front. Looked like from BYU.
That was.
Sulamata Sataia, number 55.
It's a gain of 20, and then a low throw for Theo Johnson across midfield at the 40.
26 seconds left here, so you're going to need at least one chunk play if you're going to try and work your way down into field goal range.
Who's the speed option? A lot of big guys out there.
There's a lot of tired dudes out there.
Tez Walker would love to be the speed option. I don't know if he has anything left.
I give him credit too. I mean,
he's gutting it out.
He has not
McCaffrey
had the game that he wanted.
Baker.
But he could have tapped out, and he's been out here just giving everything he's got, play after play after play.
Got to get to the 43 if you want to give Cardi a shot at tying his career long, which is 61. Ball knocked down. Nice play again by a linebacker, middle of the field. This time it's Bookie Watson.
Yeah, I think Tyrese Knight's a little disappointed that got tipped.
He's like, don't touch it. It's coming right to me.
One linebacker waiting for an interception. The other one got his hand on it. Keep an eye on 40 down the field. He's going to be in position to pick this ball off.
Right there, and he's right there with Barner, 89 from Michigan.
So 21 seconds left and 2 timeouts. There is a change of possession at the end of the quarter. Don't know if the National wants to burn its timeouts here in the third. Hartman, with pressure coming, will throw it away. No one anywhere near it. We got the American sideline waiting for the flag for intentional grounding. There is a flag, however, back where Hartman was, maybe a hit on the quarterback.
His helmet got knocked off.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense, number 96, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Eric Watts from UConn, roughing the passer. First down with 15 seconds on the clock.
DJ looked like he was long-arming on the pass rush, and that long arm may have gotten into the head of Sam Hartman.
You got to protect Sam Hartman because he's got to run the show here. He's
Yes.
all they have left at the quarterback position.
And Charles' long arm is perfect for Eric Watts, 35-inch arms when he checked in on Monday.
15 seconds. How's our timeout situation?
Timeout 2 for the National, but do you burn him in the third?
If I can get down in field goal range, I would.
The way it's going today, give me the points.
Hartman is time. Over the middle. That's a catch. McCaffrey spinning, 35-yard line. Do you burn one here? 6 seconds on the clock.
You betcha.
Good strong tackle there by Brownlee at the end.
National team, this is our first of the half.
So it's a gain of 15, and they're going to spot it on the 34.
8 seconds on the game.
He's trying to avoid giving up the big play, so lots of cushion there.
Yeah, so you see how Sermon was dropping. That's your version of Tampa 2, wasn't it?
Yeah, in
Tampa
a
2
prevent.
defense with a prevent with the Tampa 2, the linebacker running down the middle, what they call running the pipe, trying to take away all the crossers and everyone coming down the middle.
There's the McCaffrey family. One of those guys is playing in the Super Bowl next week.
Yeah, that'd be that one, wouldn't it?
What a good-looking crew.
But how great is that? Did you see where Mom was saying, you know, hey, we won't even have a box in this game. This thing is really extraordinary. And Christian's fiance, Olivia Coppola, said, not so fast. Happy birthday. I've got us a box for the game. We're good to go. So I think Luke is in good hands when he takes off from here and heads to Las Vegas.
I think McConkey's down there in case this one comes up a little bit short underneath the uprights.
It's a 52-yard try.
Who did he send off? Carlton Johnson?
He was not happy. Carlton Johnson
wanted
come
the
on,
ball.
man.
Come on, man. Let me have it.
Hey, we are in Alabama.
Remember when that really hit us in recent football?
Was it the kick six?
Yeah,
Alabama,
kick six with Chris Davis. But in the NFL side, it was Devin Hester.
Yes.
And I could go back there.
Cromartie got one, too.
Yeah.
Here we go. Joshua Cardi from 52.
A little wind in his face here.
Career long 61 into the wind. Cardi 1 for 1 on the day. 2 for 3 on the day.
He took the challenge. Oh, you don't put someone back there? Really?
Put it over his head. 52-yard field goal for the Stanford kicker. And at the end of the third quarter, the National takes a 6-point lead into the final 15 minutes of the college football season. Joshua Carty didn't miss a couple of years ago. Didn't miss this one either. Christian McCaffrey, touchdown machine for the San Francisco 49ers, powering his way into the end zone last week at the NFC Championship game. The second half was slightly different than the first, and the 49ers are now on their way to Las Vegas for Super Bowl 58. And I mentioned before when we showed the family photo, what a good-looking group. How about the McCaffrey family? They are better at sports than you. I guarantee it. Ed and Lisa, mom and dad, Max, Christian, Dylan, and we're not even including here that man, Luke McCaffrey, had a one-handed catch on that last run.
What about Grandpa? Lisa's dad at one point held the 100-yard dash world record. So now we know where the speed came from.
Carter Bradley on the play fake, deep shot. Once Rosemead Jack Saint, incomplete. The coverage there by Smithwood.
Did a good job becoming a defensive back, didn't he, DJ?
No doubt. That ball was, took a shot. We talked about him being patient, poised all week long, and I think he said, Carter's like, hey, I'm going to try and show that I can push the ball down the field a little bit here.
They kind of have to, don't you? I mean, it's an all-star game. Give it a shot. Let them air it out a little bit, show their wares.
Hey, I was going to say, no, you know what, DJ, we're thinking the same thing. Yeah. I was going to say we had McCaffrey going last, right? Let's get McConkey going here.
You've been asking McConkey. You've been trying that all week.
It was, there was somebody else in this game. Remember, it was a Christian Watson. I was like begging, can we get Christian Watson the ball?
And then you sent in a play call, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, we got a penalty. Yeah. We got a pass interference.
Yep.
Instead, we get a Cody Schrader tackle, or rather run, for a couple of yards. Eddie Ulofoscio, big fan of Total Access growing up as a kid, we're told, up to make the tackle. There's Ladd McConkey, the Georgia wide receiver, one of two Georgia wide receivers here. No one seemed to be able to cover him well this week.
It's because of the combination of quickness, speed, and route polish. He understands leverage, understands how to set guys up. You see him snap that off. Look, I mean, there's 8 yards of separation in some of these one-on-ones. Look at the quickness, and then boom. He just gets in and out so fast, so quick.
Don't let him operate out of the slot where he's got multiple avenues of escape. You've got no shot as a DB.
Conky there, bottom of your screen, on third down. Third and around 8. Bradley, McConkey sailed it over his head.
Just couldn't get that one up and down.
Had it there.
There he is working a little inside release. Look at the head and shoulders to sell it. Gives you the separation. You got 10 yards of separation there.
That's what you're talking about, the setup, correct?
Correct.
Sell the inside to move yourself outside.
Good sell. Again, though, when you're evaluating guys, it would be nice to see him catch the ball, but I know he can catch it. It's just another example of kind of him showing off as a craftsman, as a route runner.
Turn Kalen King, the Penn State corner, around. Now McNamara out the punt, and Laube is underneath it. A return from the 33. Works back and has blockers now. Has the wall. Laube.
Nice play by James
Nice play by James Williams from Miami, because he had a chance to turn that corner, and it was set up down the far sideline. We got a 13-7 game. James Williams had a face mask earlier. A couple of nice tackles since as he brings Laube down on the return. This week is about celebrating football. It is also about giving back. Feeding the Gulf Coast helped people in 24 different counties around Alabama. Last year, 37 million pounds of food donated. More with a special guest down to the field is Tom Pelissero.
I'm with Marlene Creighton, the Chief Sales Officer at the Hershey Company. Marlene, what makes the Reese's Senior Bowl so special?
Well, Reese's has been a proud sponsor since 2014, which means it's our 10-year anniversary. Makes it even more special. If you think about this event, the city of Mobile has been phenomenal. The people in Mobile, the culture, the tradition, the fans, if you look around, it's just been incredible as they've supported their team and their university. And then additionally to these players, I've watched them all week, and it has been absolutely special.
Tell us about this year's community event with the Reese's Senior Bowl players.
Yeah, I would say that is by far my favorite part. If you think about the field, and it's so amazing, but what's done off of the field is even more amazing. The players, the Reese's team, we partnered with Feeding the Gulf Coast. We handed out several meals to community members in need. And then additionally, we passed out $10,000, which will serve 50,000 meals across the Gulf Coast. So it was such a great part to be at.
This is the 75th anniversary of the Reese's Senior Bowl. It is your first Reese's Senior Bowl. Tell me about the impact this game has had on you and also the history of the game.
I have been so fortunate to be here as a part of the 75th. We saw so many Hall of Famers on the field today and throughout the week. But what has been the best part about it, I'm seeing the next generation who is going to go off to the next level. It's one field, and as they move to the next field, we will be able to watch them. I've seen throughout the week the passion, the grit, the persistence, and I am so excited to watch these young men go to the next step. I'm pretty confident Sunday's just got even better with those on the field.
What's the biggest peanut butter cup you can get me before I leave?
We've got a very, very big one. It's the size of a whole pie.
Yo, I'm in, Marlene. Thanks a lot.
Nice meeting you.
Hey, Tom. Tom,
we just got
One
cars.
second. What's the biggest one you can get me?
Yeah.
What about your boys?
Now the guys in the booth want to know. They're right up there. They want to know, can they also get a watermelon-sized Reese's peanut butter cup?
Absolutely.
As long as it fits in an overhead, I'm happy to get it. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Marlene. And thank you, Tyke Smith there for that big hit. Wow. 4th down.
You've seen that on tape, haven't you, DJ?
Yeah, a few times.
Tyke Smith, Georgia safety, only 5'9", 206. Hits like he is 6'2" and 220.
In 2022, McConkey over 12 yards of punt return for the Georgia Bulldogs.
He's going, hey, if you're not going to throw it to me, let me go back there and get a punt.
Let's see if Torrey Taylor gives him a chance to return. He downed one inside 20 last time. 10.5 to go. Clock winding. National on top of the American. 13-7. American getting the ball back, though. The man who had more punting yards in a single season than any man in college football history. To McConkey. A little shake. And nowhere to go. Out of bounds. Near the 22.
Yeah, let's take a look at Tyke Smith playing in the short zone. And he finishes with oomph. Does it right, too. Just a shoulder in there. Nice. So what we want in the NFL? Play the game the right way. How about way to play right here? How about Cole Bishop from Utah? The perfect tackle. Head up, head not involved, shoulder on the legs. You lasso the ankles with both arms, bring them together, wrap him up, and put him on the ground. Exactly what we're trying to do in the NFL level, on the college level, on the high school level, the junior level. Get the head out of the game, tackle with the shoulders, the arms, and put them on the deck.
The Bishop, one of the most powerful pieces on the chessboard, coming up to make that play and cleanly. Joe Milton checks in at quarterback. Cody Schrader behind him. The National down 6. A play fake. Harrell with the pressure. Ben Sinnott with the catch. And there is your guy, Bishop.
And how about the tackle, DJ? Did that look like a way to play tackle as well?
No question.
Again, shoulder, wrap him up, put him on the ground. But the best part was watch Bishop. He sees it the whole way and doesn't react too fast. Doesn't take himself out of the play, sees it coming in his direction, stays right there in the proper spot, and then you get that big man and you put him on the ground. I like Cole Bishop a lot. I just like the way he plays center field for Utah. Tackles like that, you'll see it on tape. Smart young man, smart player, puts himself in the right position all the time.
Ben Sinnott, also a pretty good player, guy we spoke to earlier during the week, during practice. The K-State tight end, former hockey player, former walk-on. Reverse, Flournoy trying to get around the edge, gets tripped up, and then Gray finishes it off. Kind of sort of blocked up, but Flournoy couldn't sift through there, and it's a gain of 5.
That was Kalen King, made a heck of a tackle from Penn State.
That'd be him up top, wouldn't it?
Yeah, he does
Playing out of the corner.
He does a nice job here. No, he's on the bottom.
Oh, he's on the bottom. Oh, he came from all the way.
That was a heck of a tackle.
Good job, Keith Randolph, slowing him down as well. The Illinois.
He had to navigate all that traffic.
Tackle.
Joe Milton running right with him and made a really good business decision. He was not going to block that defensive tackle.
Brings up a 3rd and 4.
Smart play.
On the 30. Milton to Schrader. Nowhere to go. Dropped by Cedric Gray, who's having a day.
Yeah, but you know who made that play initially?
Oh, Fiske was back there. He closed the door. There was nowhere to go. Look, Fiske, the get-off that he has, the quickness, you can see it getting off the line. He looks different than everybody else, just how fast he gets off the line of scrimmage.
No kind of comp I got for him?
Nowhere to go.
One that Andrew would know very well, Morgan Fox.
Yes, Morgan Fox, the former Ram. Went to the Chargers as well. Brandon Fisk, great story here. He was wreaking havoc all week on the American team. Was traded this morning. Got to some roster attrition in the national
guys.
team. Very tough day for McNamara. Kind of shanked another one near the 40. Let's see where they spot this. Actually, closer to the 45 in a 13-7 game. Nobody's going to get you closer to Super Bowl 58 than NFL Network. Over 70 hours of live coverage all week long. NFL Network, your home for everything. Super Bowl 58 as the Chiefs and the 49ers head there for the game 8 days away. Both teams have some serious Senior Bowl flavor. Look at all these 49ers who played in this game here in Mobile, including a guy that was just named to the 75th anniversary team in Kyle Juszczyk.
That. Talk about the Swiss Army knife, able to play anywhere, do anything. That's Juszczyk.
Yeah, pretty good. Deebo Samuel, 2019, also good.
Hunter Renfrow.
Look at Hunter Renfrow. Yeah, look at his smiling mug here. Deebo out of South Carolina had a really good week here, and since 2019, everyone uses the same line. We got to find the next Deebo Samuel here.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck with that.
He's a one-on-one.
Remember, he was first-team All-Pro 2021 season.
Brandon Ayuk, part of that big play there as well. Also in the Senior Bowl.
I mean, the 49ers, remember when Juszczyk, when he got there, they said he's not a fullback, he's an offensive weapon. And then with Deebo, they coined the term wide back. You go to 49ers, you learn new positions.
Sam Hartman back in here, who's already attempted 22 passes. A play fake, get a deep shot. Come on, Tez Walker, get there!
If you let it go early, DJ, you had about 3 steps early.
Yeah, he was on him.
Watch Tez Walker get off the line of scrimmage against Carlton Johnson.
He's gone. Get it up. The ball allowed him to recover.
Yep, brought him into the play. But off the line of scrimmage, if Sam Hartman's able to even cut his drop and just let it go, Tez Walker's got an opportunity for a monster play.
And if you're asking me, am I rooting for the national team? No, I think we're all rooting here for Tez Walker. Had a rough week with some drops. Talented player. Hasn't gone his way today here either. Want to see the guy head out of Mobile here with some positive thoughts here. Couldn't bring in that deep ball as Laube carries on second down.
It's just like you have a round of golf you'd like to have back, but man, you make that putt on 18, it keeps you coming back. You feel good getting in the car.
You make that putt on 18, know what you do? You run back to the tee for an emergency 9.
You know what I do? Usually it's mini golf. I get it in the windmill and I get my ice cream.
Nice. Play a little skee ball after that's done.
There you go.
Exactly.
How many tickets? How many tickets?
3rd and 6. Charles Davis, Daniel Jeremiah, Andrew Siciliano. Tom Pelissero down on the sideline doing great work. Coming up on 6 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter. The 75th Reese's Senior Bowl. A 3rd down for the National and for Sam Hartman. Not on the same page with Walker there, and it's 4th down.
Did he get pressured? Was that Marcus Harrison crew that came through that maybe threw him off a little bit when he's trying to make that transition from right side to left side throwing the football?
That was Auburn. That was Marcus Harris. Looked like he's back there.
Marcus Harris made a few plays in the backfield of the national squad today.
He has. Marcus Harris, an Alabama native from Montgomery.
See if one of these punters can give one that they really like today. Here's another opportunity for the young man from Iowa, Torrey Taylor.
And the young man from Georgia, McCaffrey, back to return.
That looks good. Looks good.
Let it go over his head, and Taylor's done it again. Inside the 20, near the 5 for Torrey Taylor. punted 93 times this year and getting in plenty of work today. All right, guys, let's focus on the draft. 82 days away from this, at least for now, top 10 in Detroit. Bears, Commanders, Patriots, Cardinals, Chargers, the top 5. Charles, you go first. What do you say?
Well, I say just by what I've seen from the Bears, it looks like their quarterback market, quarterback shopping, probably Caleb Williams, USC.
Yeah, and you look at the Bears really controlling this draft. You know, what they want to do there at number 1. Do they want to stay? Do they want to get out? But then also knowing that whatever you decide at 1, you've got pick 9 where they're going to get another premier player in this draft. So the Bears hold the cards, but I would be surprised if we didn't see 3 quarterbacks go right in a row.
Bears, Washington Commanders, New England Patriots. And this is one where it doesn't feel like normally with that number 1 pick, open for business, give me a king's ransom, let's talk about it. This feels to me like the Bears are going to want to add premium players because of the way they finished their year last year. They feel like they're on the uptick already with that roster, especially on the defensive side of the ball. They want to get offense right and make a run at the Detroit Lions.
As we are here as the Triple Crown of the evaluation process moves forward, the All-Star Games, the Combine, and then the Pro Days, all leading up to the draft, as Joe Milton is in here on second down. What if I offered this as a counter? It isn't Williams or Fields necessarily as a binary choice. Milton
not a safety.
Goes down, not a safety, as forward progress stopped at the 1. But what if I told you that, hey, you could trade Justin Fields or not? Maybe you could take Caleb Williams and keep Justin Fields.
Now, that's an option. Another option is trying to block Braden Fisk, which is
Bo Limmer from Arkansas gave it a try. But Fisk has been terrific all week. And you know something, DJ?
He should be the MVP. Let's put it out there.
Let's put it out
We
there.
should. And you know why? Because he changed teams this morning.
But you know,
and he's played well.
All week long, DJ, you talked about and showed us that when Fisk would make his pass rush, how he would end up getting like a half a man, right? He'd end up working half the shoulder or whatever of the offensive player. That time he just went right down the middle of Bo Limmer. Showed his power.
He's got some twitch. He's got some power. He's played a lot of snaps today, too, so he's got a tank.
Got to get to the 19 for a first down. It is 3rd and very long. Milton running away from Harold. Milton to Sinnott, gets out of it. And Sinnott's not going to get a first down. Eventually out of bounds on the 20-yard line. Oh, no, he does get a first down. I beg your pardon. He got across the 20. What am I doing? First down, Ben Sinnott. Well done.
Good escape by Milton. Be able to get out there and then a nice sharp throw. And Sinnott understood where the first down marker was and was determined to get there.
Got to the marker.
Didn't step out of bounds. Able to stay in bounds and fight for that first down. You know, look, the Bears, to finish that up, Andrew, on your point, yeah, I mean, they have a lot of different options here. You know, I think it's an exciting time for them, whatever they decide to do. They have some good young players. They've got a foundation in place, and now they need to add some blue players, some blue chip players to the mix.
Milton on first down.
Mike getting just swelled up with pride right there, DJ.
Oh, there he is. Glad McConkey. First catch of the day to the 34.
He's been open all day long. This time he gets a catchable ball. Wins at the line of scrimmage with his quickness. Again, lean, and look at the separation as they're trying to pass that off in that zone. He is a pure, polished route runner. And guys that translate well to the next level, he fits the profile. Toughness, polish. He can play inside. He can play outside. I mean, he's an immediate starter at the next level, in my opinion.
And he's making moves at top speed. He's not having to slow down to give you the fake. The fake is part of the run.
Here's Milton on the run after the gain of 15. Milton lowers his shoulder and takes down Williams, who stands tall, though, and gets credit for the tackle at the 41.
He sized him up here. You don't want to see a quarterback that big when he's starting to size you up. Williams does a good job of not taking too bad of a shot there.
It's a little bit different than when Sam Hartman said, listen, I'm going sideline, let's go over there.
No gentleman's agreement.
No, there. Joe Milton decided he wanted to get involved in the action there. And at 235 plus, he's capable.
And at 6'5", kind of Cam Newton size here as Milton finds Bailey. He's got that wiggle there in front of Kalen King near midfield. You're watching the Reese's Senior Bowl here, talking about ready-made players here. No assembly required. Peyton Wilson, Jackson Powers-Johnson, Marshawn Lloyd, among the players we saw on the field during the week.
I just think these guys are consistent when you watch them on tape. I thought they were consistent during their week of practice. They have defined roles once they go to the next level, and I think you feel very confident with what you've seen through the process they can get on the field right away.
Yeah, I think that Jackson was a Power Johnson.
Yes.
He's just like Creed Humphrey, Tyler Linderbaum. You draft him and start him.
Milton with a deep ball to the wrong team. Shaw Smith waved the interception, and now the run back with the convoy. Smith Wade is still going. Cuts it back. Smith Wade at the 20. Can he make it to the pylon? Smith Wade! Put him up! No!
Really good hustle by Amani Bailey as well, coming from all the way back.
He returned it to the 1. Ran out of gas and couldn't make it to the end zone. Shaw Smith Wade.
Second time today we've had an interception, DJ. People forgot in the pros you can get up and go, right? No one's touched you.
They forgot on both sides.
Shaw Smith Wade, the Washington State Cougar, was almost there. He almost had the run back.
Here comes Bailey.
He's in. Touchdown saving tackle.
Knee.
The 2024 Senior Bowl is presented by Reese's. Analysts agree Reese's Peanut Butter Cups are the consensus #1 pick.
And this is the consensus #1 college all-star game. Shaw Smith Wade from Washington State, when he finally got up and caught his breath, gets the turnover chain after an 86-yard return that came 1 yard shy.
How does Reese's not have an edible turnover chain?
Good call, TJ.
It'd already be knocked down, wouldn't it?
We've already had the edible football. That return is going to put the ball on the 1 yard line and put the National in the red zone. Kamani Vidal in the backfield. Hartman, play fake. Hartman on the run. Hartman throwing out of bounds. He was pressured there by Miles Cole from Texas Tech over the head of Tez Walker.
Carlton Johnson.
They are trying
right inside the shirt of Tez Walker.
Trying to get Tez Walker something going here. That time, you're right, he got held. He's exhausted, too.
Yeah.
Only 3 wide receivers for this national team after some of the guys opted not to play.
Even if he catches that one, they're all laying the white on it.
Hartman gives a Vidal, and he is hit in the backfield, and it's a scrum to the 1. Kentucky linebacker Trevin Wallace up for the tackle, and you hear them yell timeout. Wallace brought some pop here.
Timeout.
His teammate Andrew Phillips there, wearing a different Kentucky helmet. The corner also up in there. 1:20 to go.
In some of these programs, you can swap helmets per quarter, per series.
Well, we've had multiple Oregon helmets this week, multiple Kentucky.
Now, Oregon, you can do per series and not get through all of them.
1:25 to go on this first step here on the path to the draft. Before they hear their name called in the draft in Detroit, this year's top prospects head to Indy, put their skills on display. The 2024 NFL Scouting Combine, the 29th through March 3rd, February 29th through March 3rd, coming up on NFL Network.
You're on them, and he just went upfield.
Seeing C.J. Stroud's picture on that promo reminded me of his throwing section he had at the Combine last year was off the charts.
No easier mover at the quarterback position in addition to the throwing portion of it. Wherever throw he had to make, his footwork was impeccable.
Isaiah Davis checks into the backfield. Davis not going to make it.
You see the pride coming to the front here, don't you, DJ? The defense?
I go back to the effort to make the tackle at the 1 yard line on the return.
By Amani Bailey, and you see McKinley Jackson, number 3, helping hold people up.
Timeout.
And then here come the linebackers.
This is their second and final of the half.
See Watts from UConn, defensive lineman.
Game clock operator, please place 1 minute
Jaden
and
Crumity,
19 seconds.
Mississippi State in there as well. And just a friendly reminder here, as you watch this game, you will see these players making plays on the field next season and for years to come. 18 players from last year's game taken in rounds 1 and 2. bring Cardi on for the field goal try now for the national team. Cardi hit a 52-yarder early. He's also hit a 37-yarder and missed from 32. This is his 4th attempt of the day. It is an old school extra point in the NFL. It is a 20-yard field goal to try to extend this to a 9-point lead and make it a 2-score game.
How about Jeff Ulbrich? Okay, forget your analytics.
Yep.
Just give me the points.
Yeah,
so
we're going to win the game. We're going to win
Thank
the game.
you.
The analytics folks at home are going nuts. 19-yard field goal. Matter of fact, I bet you we haven't seen. Tony, can you look this up? Tony in research, by the way, off camera. Did we see a 19-yard field goal in the league all year?
I'm sure.
From the one.
I bet we did.
From the one.
Well, in a situation like this, you're going to go up 2 scores with a minute.
I bet there weren't many. I bet my over-under is 5. Let's go back to the pick here.
This is what you're talking about, though, DJ. To set up that goal line stand to make him kick a field goal. Wonderful play by Shaw Smith-Wade, but who was the big play for the defense at the end?
Look at Ryan Williams, though. He was the one who was aware because he had a pick earlier in the game and didn't realize the rule, so he reminded his buddy.
Let's go. But here it comes. Watch to the left of your screen.
That's effort.
That's what you were talking about, Amani
Bailey. Big time.
And that's from a guy, Amani Bailey, that's gotten a lot of work.
Listen, Amani Bailey has
touches on the day.
10 rushes, 4 catches, and 6 targets in the passing game. He'll sleep well tonight.
Tony in research gave us the answer. There was 1.
That's it.
That's it. Greg Joseph.
19-yard.
19-yard field goal the entire season. How about that? Jeff Ulbrich is going to take it and get it. Now Michael Pratt is the quarterback for Tulane. Takes a big hit. Gets it away, but it falls incomplete. Keith Randolph, part of the law firm in Illinois, lays down the law there.
He beat the Terp there and absolutely unloaded.
DJ Glaze. Man.
And again, he did it the right way. Brought a shoulder in. Strike zone was low. Didn't get up into the head and neck area. Nicely done by Mr. Randolph.
A guy that didn't play football until he was a junior in high school as a basketball player, teamed up with Johnny Newton. Also in this draft, great D-line there for Brett Bielema in Champaign. 1:10 remaining with the National now down 9. After the game, we're going to crown an MVP. As it's checked down, and again, Cedric Gray, man, he is all over the field there.
Flying around. These linebackers in this game have been impressive. Sermon's made plays. Gray's made plays. We've seen Bertrand get after it in the run game, and these guys are flying around. Trevin Wallace has been excellent.
And what you're getting more and more because the college game, throwing the ball around a bunch, you're getting those linebackers who understand pass coverage, pass drops, pattern matching, and then breaking on the football and making plays.
Cedric Gray has a tattoo of his favorite 3 players as a kid. The numbers are 9, 10, and 43. 9, 10, 43, not lottery numbers. You know who the numbers are? Give it to me. 9, 10, 43. Anybody?
This is Cedric Gray?
Yep, Cedric Gray. Michael Pratt slings it over the middle. That's complete to Flournoy for a first down.
Are they football players?
They are football players.
Jim McMahon, Eli Manning, Sproles.
You got one right.
Answer. I'm going to say Drew Brees at 9, 10. And what's the last one?
43.
Sproles at 43.
It goes Romo, Eli. You got that one, DJ. Trey Polamalu at 43.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. As Pratt under pressure. Pratt, with the clock winding down, is going to run and get out of bounds and protect himself with Bishop running up on him with 25 left.
That's Jalen Harrell coming off the edge, 6'3.5", 251 pounds. He just won right off. That was all get off. Just one little inside out, and he's gone.
Used the hands on there on Glover from Georgia State. Showed hands, took him away. Was gone.
Pratt runs out of bounds to stop the clock and avoid the contact as well here in the final seconds of this all-star game. 25 ticks left. The National is down 2 scores. Need a miracle now.
It's an eclectic group he had on his shoulder, doesn't it? On his
Yeah, it is.
Really good group. Romo could sling it around now.
Absolutely. Pratt to Schrader again underneath.
This had another pressure. Again, let's just give him the MVP. The guy switched teams the day before the game.
And again, we're on the field before the game, and I said it, DJ, we're talking to Jim Nagy. I said, just by the fact that Braden Fisk changed teams. He deserves MVP consideration. This came out and played well.
Look at everybody drop. Last play of the game.
Everyone drops. They rush 4, they drop 7, and here is the Hail Mary. We got a pick to end the game. Smith Wade gets another one.
Yeah, if you haven't turned in the votes, he might have gotten it with the second pick.
I say, wait, I like Braden Fisk, but Shaw Smith Wade from Washington State.
He's got a case.
It depends on if all precincts have been counted.
I mean, he turned the corner, and down the stretch, he finished strong.
Step up, giving it a try. A lot of orange back there.
You got one gray and a lot of orange.
High points it, comes down with it.
From Simeon High School in Chicago.
Wondered right now if he's thinking, how do I get the trophy through TSA?
Look out. Bam! A bucket of Reese's over the head of Jeff Ulbrich.
The brick.
Easier to clean up than the liquid.
True. And how about Brick, former player in this game, now comes back and coaches and gets a win in this game.
Pretty cool. He is standing by with Tom Pelissero. Here he is, the winning coach.
Jeff, offense was a battle for both these teams all day, but as a defensive guy, your D comes up with 4 turnovers in this game. How'd you guys get this done?
That is a beautiful thing, isn't it? God, these kids have been amazing all week long, just absolutely worked their butts off, and so happy for them to have some success today like this.
You played in this game back in 2000. Now you come back as the winning head coach. What does this mean to you?
It's awesome. It's a full circle moment in a lot of ways. Not only a place where really sparked my playing career, it sparked my coaching career. Found my first job here, so this is really cool.
How'd the peanut butter cup dunk compared to any water dunk you might have had in your life?
I've never been dunked at all, so that's the first.
Can we get the water dunk out here? Jeff needs a bath.
We're good. We're good. No, it's awesome. Awesome tradition here, and so cool to be a part of it.
Congrats, Jeff. Thank you.
Thanks, son.
Jeff Ulbrich, congratulations. A bucket of Reese's over the head there for the New York Jets defensive coordinator. A lot of great stories here about the 75th anniversary with people coming home, about Carter Bradley playing quarterback here where his dad had coached, where Jeff Ulbrich had played in the game, and now he coaches, and now he leads his team to a win. This week is a celebration of the college game, not just these players, but the game as the last college football game of the year, as we really now say it is draft time.
We've got one more game to go. It's a big one in the Super Bowl, but a lot of these teams, 30 of them, have their eyes set on trying to get to that game next year. And there's a lot of players we saw this week that can help you as you chase that goal.
And I love the fact that, as you said, Andrew, it's a celebration of the college game, but these kids have all been dreaming of the next level. They've all been dreaming of the NFL. So this is your vision, this is your view of the bridge that takes you over the top to get you there.
Exactly. And reminder, gentlemen, in the NFL, you are not down when your knee hits the ground. You can get up, you can run.
That'll be emphasized pretty quickly when they get to a camp.
Saw that a couple of times, and honestly, we see it every year where guys have to be reminded that your knee is not down, or if it is down, rather, you are not down. There's Sam Hartman on the field here, the Notre Dame quarterback formerly at Wake Forest. We got Ladd McConkey into the conversation as well. He finally got a catch in the fourth quarter. This is a final chance for so many of these players to play with their teammates, right? We had Michigan players here. We had Penn State players here. We had players from so many of these schools. And now they get to meet their peers at the next level as well. Back to Tom on the field. Tom, go ahead.
All right, I'm here with Zach Gangwer, the Gulf Coast Regional Sales Leader for the Hershey Company, to present the MVP trophy.
Spencer, congratulations on a great game today. And on behalf of the Reese's brand, we would like to present you with this year's Reese's Senior Bowl Award.
Spencer, congratulations. You didn't come out with the win on the field for your team, but you take this home. What does it mean to you?
It means a lot. You know, we put in a lot of hard work this week. Not just for me, just for the American squad. Fought our butts off today and had a great week with the guys.
You put together the best drive of the day. Tell me about that touchdown pass.
felt good. You know, got the look we wanted. Great receiver out wide. They played one-on-one. I just put it up. He made a great play.
What's this entire week in Mobile been like for you?
It's been a blessing, you know, being around great coaches, great people, just creating relationships with these guys that I've known coming up and competed against.
So you got about 3 months or so up until the NFL draft. Takes me through the process. What are you going to be up to?
Headed back home to train in Phoenix at Exos, and then with my quarterback coach. And
was 4 for 4, got your touchdown, got an MVP. That's not bad.
Spencer Rattler.
I can't follow that. I got nothing.
I don't know.
I got nothing. I know that Tyke Smith for one team got the player of the game.
Yes.
And Shaw Smith Wade for the other team, and rightly so, got player of the game as well.
Exactly. So 2 defensive players there get consideration, and the MVP for Spencer Rattler. For Tom Pelissero, for Cuppy, for Charles Davis, and for Daniel Jeremiah, my name is Andrew Siciliano, NFL Total Access. Patrick Claybon back in the studio coming up next. It's been fun, everybody. The 75th Reese's Senior Bowl. So long from Mobile.
The 75th Reese's Senior Bowl had one final big play, and it came from Joe Smith-Wade, who got the interception. Remembered the fact that this is professional rules. You don't have to be down when you catch the ball. Got back up, ran it all the way back, almost got a return for a touchdown.
Started leaking some oil right there.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. The running back, who also had a big game.
CPR.
Got some chest compression. Yes. Get back in the game. Hey, welcome to NFL Total Access. Patrick Claybon here with Cynthia Freeland and Brian Baldinger. A fun game in Mobile. A lot of big plays, but there were some players who stood above everybody else on the field. Who was that for you, Baldinger?
Well, I thought it was a great defensive performance, a lot of performance like that. But Braden Fisk, the defensive tackle from Florida State, like he had solo tackles, he had sacks. He made an impact in this game, much like we saw watching him on film. And I think today we saw a great week of practice transfer into a really solid performance.
I'm looking at Amani Bailey. We love those Horned Frog running backs around these parts.
Yeah.
But when you're looking at his stature, you're maybe thinking, not the tallest man ever. However, 53 rushing yards, but I really liked his ability in the pass-catching game to add there. 4 for 34 with a long of 14.
Yeah.
He just was bursty, fun, called himself out a moment, got a blow, came back in, and there we have it. And he just was a lot of fun to watch and played with a certain level of explosiveness that I think caught the attention of scouts that were there today.
Yeah, probably a big part of the reason that Spencer Rattler was able to get that MVP because he came out running the ball well. Also made a great tackle on that pick six, coming back and showing effort. And really, that's what we wanted to see, Baldy. You said it coming in. Effort and intensity from there.
And, you know, the effort can come in any way. I mean, making that tackle there, an interception, all the way down the other side of the field. I mean, it saves a touchdown right there. And that type of effort is something that catches anybody's eye. And so Amani did that, caught Cynthia's eye right there, like right there in our green room from the very jump when he touched the ball in the first 5 times of the game.
Baldy was like hooting and hollering. It was very fun to watch this game with Baldy. He's like, goal line stand at the end.
Horned frog. I was all about it.
He was all in.
Baldy, also not a fan, Baldy's a fan of some things. Kicking the field goal on the 1 yard line.
None of us
Brian
like that.
Baldinger
We were all out of it.
Not a big fan of that.
No, just go punch it in. Punch it in, score.
in.
And the field goal kicker's got enough work. Like, go score the touchdown.
Yeah, we were all hoping for a
goal line stand.
I mean, obviously, I'm an analytics person, so I'm going to tell you, analytics say to go for it.
In fact, on the call, Andrew Siciliano did note the analytics community probably a little bit itchy about that. Let's get back out to the booth crew in Mobile one last time from the Senior Bowl. Hey, guys.
Guys, there were some fun moments. There were some head-scratching moments here as well. But at the end, a defensive struggle with Spencer Rattler, Daniel Jeremiah, who came out, led a really nice opening drive, 4 for 4, threw a long touchdown pass, taking home the MVP and a lot of Reese's chocolate.
Yeah, he did. And look, you're going to get a series out there, go out and make it count. He absolutely did that, marching them right down the field. You know, Spencer Rattler, someone who, with all the hype coming into college, did not work out at his first stop at Oklahoma. At South Carolina, saw some good things last year. This year, a lot of injuries around him.
CD, this guy's persevered. He's been through adversity, and what a nice way for him to cap off his college playing career.
Absolutely. This kid has been through so many different things and was expected to have clear sailing. One of the top recruits in the country, playing at one of the top schools that there's been in college football in Oklahoma. Heck, he got replaced when he was winning, okay? Yes, he was losing the game against Texas, but overall his record was sensational. And he had to go remake himself at South Carolina, so I give him a lot of credit. But how about today and the defense that we saw throughout this game from so many different places? Defensive line, linebacker, secondary. And I do realize that Spencer Rattler got the MVP, but Braden Fisk was the MVP for this game. The young man out of Florida State, asked him to change teams the morning of the game, and he played so hard throughout, made a lot of plays for his team. I give him a ton of credit. And by the way, we're going to like him during the scouting process.
Absolutely. Evan Williams had a pick. Shaw Smith-Wade had a couple of picks as well. His second one, or rather his first, ran back 85 yards, almost took it all the way. His knee was down like a yard shy. I thought he might have had the ball over. At All-Star game, maybe you could have given him the touchdown. But regardless, and yes, to your point about Fisk, morning of, you get the phone call. Think you're in trouble. Nope, you're changing teams, and then you play that well as well. 16-7, the final score.